Happy 2022, guys. This reading is going to be a little bit different today. I want to show you guys each of the items one by one so you have time to really tune into the energy and feel them individually rather than as a group. So this is pile number 1, and it is maybe cherry flavored. I think that may be a pear on top. And of course, they have the sprinkles on the side for each of them. And then we have pile number 2. This one I think may be kiwi with a mango on top. Also the sprinkles. And I also want to mention to you guys that this reading is sponsored by Keen. So Keen is the best in the business. I use them so much on my recent move, and they would tell me energy about like each of the apartments I was thinking of. They told me one was haunted, so I passed on that. They told me one had really good prosperity energy. That's the one I'm in now. I really love it, and they really guided me into the right place. I will be honest, my ex popped up a few times during the readings, and they even named names and everything, which is kind of crazy. For me, I didn't want to hear from that ex, so I was like, no, let's refocus. But if you guys want a love reading, or if you want a medium talking to an ancestor, or tarot cards, clairvoyance, they have all different kind of readers. So some of you guys I know want some closure on an ex, and a lot of their readers are really good on that. I was like, I don't need to hear from him ever again. But if you guys are down for that, then that's an option on Keen. I will show you guys how easy it is to sign up, but they're 10-minute reading for $1.99. You cannot beat that deal, especially with the psychics they have, some of whom are on television, some of whom are world famous. All of them are vetted, so you can't go wrong. But you guys will be able to see that there are so many options, and a lot of their psychics are truly the best in the business. So I'm going to show you guys really quick how easy it is to get started. So say you guys wanted to get a love reading, you can go through, scroll down, and see all about the different readers they have, from their prices to their reviews. There's a ton of information on each of them, and most of them have a lot of experience, but you can see all the different psychics they have on offer for these. Then click on the one you want, and you can find out even more information. Read the reviews, read about their special skills or their specialties, their background. There's a little bio. There's a ton of information on each of the readers, so you can really feel confident with who you pick. Then you can scroll up and click arrange call, or you can chat with them if you don't want to be social. I always want to talk to them, but that's how easy it is. Another thing I love is how affordable it is. So you're not going to be having to book for an hour at a time or months in advance. You don't have to be just a rich lady living in Malibu to get a reading. You can book from anywhere, and you're paying by the minute. So if you're not vibing with someone, you can click and hang up the call and find someone else. The thing is I think it takes a while to find that psychic that you really love, that your energy vibes with. For me, I found this kind of very blunt, sassy Southern lady that I really like, but that might not be your vibe. Maybe you guys want someone who's a little nicer, which I totally understand. And if that's the case, you can find someone that you really like for your personality style. And so you're not having to go around and pay for an hour at a time. You're paying for minutes at a time. Another thing is that they send out discounts all the time. So make sure you use that real email address that you're always checking, because you don't want to come back months later and find out you missed out on these deals, because they're truly amazing specials. So make sure you guys are checking that email, because you guys will see coupons and discounts that you definitely don't want to miss. They make getting psychic readings so affordable, and you guys will see that they all have all different kinds of price listings, all different kinds of price points. So if you guys want to spend less, you can. If you want to spend more, you can. But it's totally up to you. And I just think having that regular relationship where you're checking in with them constantly is such a huge key in leveling up. When you talk about going to a personal trainer or going to a therapist every week, obviously it's totally not the same thing. But for me, on my spiritual path, having a psychic that I talk and check in with, where they will tell you, you should improve in this area, or you need to clear that chakra, or this relationship meant this, or set this intention for the month, that has helped me so much in achieving my goals. So I really think for you guys, if you're not seeing a psychic regularly, what are you doing, to be honest? I mean, come on. So anyway, I really feel like they just make psychic readings accessible to everyone. That's what I love about Keen. And they really have different advisors that specialize in different areas available anytime you want. So don't miss out on this deal, you guys. It really is amazing. And I really highly recommend you guys check it out, try it out for yourself. If you don't like it, obviously no big deal, but I know you guys are going to love it. So with that being said, let's talk a little bit about the reading. reading. So today's reading is all about what to expect in 2022 and the new year. I know so many of us have had an exhausting 2021 and 2020, and we're super excited to welcome in a new energy, a new year, and see what life has in store for us. So we are going to talk about money, love, whatever comes up. You know, it could be literally anything: career, friends, general life, family, anything. So we're going to see what Spirit has to say about what you guys have to expect in this new 2022 year. So I already told you guys the card piles. Hopefully you guys have had time to decide, and already one is calling your name. So I think we are going to go ahead and jump into pile 1. Hello, pile 1. So if you guys picked this red cherry cake, this is going to be your reading. Looks super good. I don't know what that is. If you guys know, let me know. But honestly, I don't even want to talk about that anymore. I cannot believe your guys' card pull. I literally was gasping. And you guys, if you know tarot, I'm sure you can see why. I promise I did not mess around with this pile or pre-pull anything on purpose, but this is your pile, you guys. So congratulations, pile 1. So we got King of Pentacles, we got 9 of Pentacles, we got 10 of Pentacles, we got Ace of Pentacles, we got the 10 of Swords, the Lovers, King of Wands, 4 of Wands, 9 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, and Death. So full disclosure, I did not do any reversals this time, but I still feel like you guys are going to have this banner year. I feel like you guys have been manifesting some stuff for a really long time. This is like a change year. I honestly feel like there's so many things being reset for you guys, and it's almost like you've been putting in the work for a really long time, and we're at harvest point. We're at time for you guys to level up and get the blessings that you may have felt called to you. You guys may be meeting your person that you might even be marrying this year, or getting engaged this year, or on the path to that with the 4 of Wands. I feel like for you guys, there is talk about sleep may be an issue for you guys coming up this year. So you might be having sleepless nights, or just having trouble getting sleep. But some of you guys might be getting a lot of rest in. But honestly, I'm getting more that it may be sleepless nights. So that may be something to pay attention to. But it's like you guys are going through so many massive changes. With King of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles, that really talks about how much money you guys are going to be having coming in. Pay off for the work you guys have done and the seeds you guys have sown that is going to come through this year. I mean, you guys, when I pulled out these cards, I was shook. I literally gasped. And I wanted to pre-pull because I know it's going to get a lot of cards and I wanted to be able to move quick. But I almost wish you guys had seen me pull it live, because this is crazy. Like, Spirit did not stutter. Spirit is not messing around. Spirit is not keeping things a little cloudy. This is the kind of reading that is so obvious that anyone can see what's going on. You guys are going to be getting a lot of money. Honestly, some of you guys are going to become very wealthy this year. Some of you guys in this pile are going to be could be becoming a millionaire. Seriously, it could be becoming someone who has hundreds of thousands of dollars, or a business that's just booming. Like, this is like crazy. I can't say enough. I mean, I'm honestly shocked these came out one after the other like that. Like, we usually as tarot readers tend to focus on the first cards, because those tend to be like the strongest message Spirit wants out. And the fact that those came out one after the other, and this is a very well shuffled deck. I mean, I use it like daily, so absolutely nuts. This is a lot of wealth. This is a lot of abundance. I feel like some of you guys are going to become businesswomen or businessmen. You guys are going to be like CEO, like president of a company. Like, you guys are going to be making bank. And it's interesting because I'm feeling like some of you guys, you know, I know there's a lot of economic uncertainty in this world right now, and that just popped into my mind that some of you guys, it's going to be like crazy how much better you guys are doing than the people around you. People are going to be like shook. People are going to be in shock, being like, how wait a minute, I'm doing so bad financially right now and this person's doing super well, and they're not going to understand it. But what I'm hearing from Spirit is you guys have been putting in the work for a long time. You guys, some of you guys have had years of struggle, of putting in difficult work that no one else wanted to do. You guys were willing to do even spiritual work. I'm getting for a lot of you guys have been working on manifesting and maybe even doing, I don't know, candles or something. But it's like you guys have been pushing hard, pushing yourselves, going for it. And now I can't believe it. I almost am getting emotional. My Cancer moon's popping out and I almost want to cry for you guys. Like, I feel like I can feel the work you guys have put in. I can feel the desperation of like, when is it going to pay off? I've been working so hard. I've been working so long and nothing's changing. And how much more do I have to give? And it's like, I feel like this year you guys are going to have it pay off. I'm so excited for you guys. Wow. I don't even know what to say about this. I mean, we do have some negative cards. We have the 10 of Swords and we have the 9 of Swords. So I feel like the thing is you guys are going to learn that like having this financial success doesn't make everything perfect. I still feel like there's going to be this source of stress in your life. Basically, you guys are going to still have to be hustling, I think, and still working. This is not just the point of like, okay, residual income or whatever, where you just lay back and like collect the checks. I feel like this is still you guys having to grind, still having to wake up. But I feel like this is typical for a lot of people who own businesses or something. Like, it's not going to be like you're just chilling and you're just collecting an amount. You know what I mean? It's like you guys are still going to be hustling, but I feel like you guys are totally down for that because you guys have already been hustling, but you haven't seen any payoff yet. So you guys will not mind it at all. It's going to be like a dream for you to have this money coming in. But I also still feel like, I don't know, some of you guys are not going to be able to sleep that well. If sleeplessness has been an issue, I honestly hate to say it, you guys, I know how much it stinks when you have no ability to sleep, but I do think it might continue on. And another thing is, I don't know. I mean, some of you guys, you know, we are doing uprights, and the 4 of Swords does talk about, it can talk about sleeping well. So some of you guys might be able to sleep well or move out of this sleeplessness. But I just think, you know, there is going to be some pain this year. It is going to be like a struggle a little bit in terms of not financially anymore. I think you guys are going to have so many payoffs, but it's almost like you're going to realize that money doesn't make everything perfect, that like you can still have issues when you're staying at that super expensive resort in Bora Bora. But I mean, wouldn't you rather have issues there than like living in, you know, out of your car or something like that? Like, you'd much rather be stressed out, you know, in a really nice apartment in Paris or a really nice hotel suite in Paris with like a bottle of champagne next to your bed than, you know, just like sitting on the sidewalk too broke outside of 7-Eleven or something, you know. So I feel like you guys are going to realize that there's going to be hardship, and you guys, I feel like some of this is internal. Some of this is you guys put a lot of stress on yourselves because you guys are perfectionists. And this is the same thing that led to your success. And you have to realize that that's never going to go away. You guys are always going to be perfectionists. You guys are always going to stay up late at night being like, okay, how can I do this better? Okay. And that's kind of the key to your success. But if you guys were hoping that once this money comes that you'll just be chilling and none of that stress will happen, like, I feel like that's just not going to be the case. You guys, I feel, are perfectionists, kind of deep thinkers. So you're still going to have these deep thoughts, but honestly, I feel like a lot of you guys have already worked through a lot of trauma. You kind of know how to handle the energy of, you know, traumatic memories coming up. You've been there. You guys have been doing the spiritual work. So this is going to be nothing new. It's not like you're going to be like shocked, like, oh my God, I can't, what is this? No, you guys have been through it and you know kind of what you're doing with this. So let's get other cards. We got Raven Spirit, Truth, Daffodil Fairy, New Beginnings, Standing Stones, Passage, and Owl Spirit, Wisdom. So I do feel like this is like a sacred year for you guys. This is like passage into your new life. I feel like it's almost like this is the last year when you guys are going to have traces of your old life, to be honest. I think you guys are going to be moving into a new socio-economic group, a new like level of society or whatever, where there is going to be people who are I want to say like higher end is coming to mind, but I don't want to be like judgmental of anyone. But I just feel like in the future, you guys are going to have a totally different lifestyle. Some of these people that you've had to be around that are dysfunctional, it's not to say obviously there's a ton of wealthy people with dysfunction, but it's like, you guys are just not some of those people that had kind of poverty energy hanging around them. And I'm not trying to be harsh, but just poverty is an energy. Wealth is an energy. And some of the people with poverty energy and that form of dysfunction, because like I said, I know wealthy people can have dysfunctions too, but the type of poverty dysfunctional energy, I think some of those people are going to be removed from your life. Some of the people who have a lack mentality of, you know, never getting any money and feeling like they're stuck in that forever, I feel like some of those people have already been called from your life, and they're going to continue to be called. And this is anyone who's holding you back from wealth. Even if they're wealthy themselves, if they make you feel bad about yourselves, or they have a negative mindset, or they gaslight you, or they're a narcissist and they're holding you back, I feel like Spirit is going to start just snipping those relationships away. Snip, snip, snip. So I think this is a sacred year for you guys of so much change. This is like a culmination year where I feel like you guys have been working so hard. And it's funny because we got wisdom, truth, new beginnings, passage. Like, I feel like it's almost like new things are going to be revealed to you that are going to put into perspective so many things that happened to you, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like you guys already have had a lot of wisdom come through in your life. You guys have already been on this growth stage for years, but it's about to like plateau. And you guys are, I'm not saying everything's finished, but you guys are going to reach this kind of like top of the mountain energy. Like, you guys are going to really have leveled up and done so much work that it's almost like, yeah, you still have some work to do, but I mean, not that much. Like, it's kind of like if you clean up a room at a certain point, no matter how dirty that room was, if you just keep working on it, sooner or later it is going to be clean. And I'm not saying you guys are not going to have any issues, but I feel like some of you guys had deep childhood or generational trauma that you guys were working through for years, and that's why it took so long. And some of you guys were wondering, like, I've been working so hard on this, I've been doing the work, I've been doing the spiritual work, why hasn't it changed? And it's like, because it took that much time, because you had that much amount of spiritual filth. Just like if you see I just saw a TikTok yesterday of this guy cleaning this totally filthy, dirty tub that was like encrusted with stuff. I don't even know how, but it was. And he said, you know, it took him several hours and he was going into the process. And it's like, yeah, clean a normal tub, it takes about what? Like, maybe 3 minutes if you're scrubbing the sides, and you're maybe 5-10 minutes. Like, sometimes with my spiritual baths, I like to keep that tub sparkling because I get squeaked out by anything gross in the tub. But so I would scrub at it for like 15 minutes just to make double sure it was totally clean. But that's like the max amount of time, right? That tub took hours and hours and hours and like a full day of cleaning, you know? And so that's the thing, is when you have more like dirtiness, it takes longer to clean. And I feel like you guys are reaching that point where you've pretty much scrubbed it away from yourself. You guys have rebuked a lot of toxic energy that was in your energy field. And now it's like you're at the point of like, okay, now we can receive the blessings. Now we can move on to the next stage. You guys are a lot wiser now than you were before you went on this journey. And so we're going to see the payoff start happening. So other cards we got: deep quiet, meditation and stillness. Can you guys see these? Let me put them up here. Horseman of change, herald of change, unmarked trail, revelation, sky dancers, surrender, benefactor, grace and generosity, magician's sword, confidence in your magic, and will of the wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows. So I feel like you guys, yeah, this is so many blessings coming to you guys. There's big changes happening in your life. And I do feel like there's something that you guys aren't necessarily going to recognize yourself in a year's time. And I think you're going to love your new self. Like, I think this is a big change year. I don't want to freak you guys out, but I think that there's going to be a major shift in your lifestyle. Some of you guys are going to be actually moving towns. And it's like, I feel like you guys are going to go through a lot more downloads. You guys have already been going through them, but it's almost like we're at the final level. We're at senior year or something. And you guys are going to have like if you guys have always had troubles with friend groups or something, it's like you're going to find a friend group that you really love. You know what I mean? And you're going to be like, wait a minute, my whole life I've had trouble keeping friends, or I've had trouble making friends, or I've just always had friends that backstab me. And like, now I have a friend group I can trust like so much, and I'm so close to them. Like, how did this happen? Or if you've always been single, it's going to be like, suddenly you're like glued to your partner and you're just so in love, and it's like something from a Hallmark movie, and you're like, wait a minute, how did this happen to me? Like, this is not part of my personality. This is not part of my identity as a person. I'm not that girl that always gets the boyfriend who's like in love with them, but like that's going to become you. So think about things that you guys have always lacked in your life, because I feel like Spirit wants to address some of these things were caused by generational curses or childhood trauma. And now that you guys have leveled up on them, you're going to get into a place where you're able to manifest these things that you always wanted, but you never could hold down because you were an energetic mismatch. And so this is what I mean by you're not going to recognize yourself. I feel like there's going to be a little bit of you guys being in shock. I always give this metaphor because I think it's so true. Like, because I have had situations in my life where I got thrown a lot of blessings in my lap and I didn't know how to handle it. And I would like sabotage it. And I'd be like, oh, no, I'm not going to date this person, because I was like, no, I just don't know what to do with this, you know? And I always give the comparison of like, imagine if your favorite movie star asked you out, or wanted to go on a date with you, or wanted to date you, you might think you'd like it, but the reality is you'd probably be very freaked out. You'd probably be like, wait a minute, wait, me? But I don't have any couture gowns. I can't go with you to the Oscars. I don't even think I look that good. Like, what the heck's going on? You'd be really confused. And I feel like that was the energy you guys were in the past, where you guys sabotage things. And now you guys are at that point where you may be a little confused. You may be a little like, I don't know about this, but you're going to be able to receive. You're going to be able to hold that energy and honor it. And for some of you guys, this is love. We got the lovers. I don't know how you guys got this pile. Like, honestly, I'm like, what is going on with this pile? Because I can't believe you guys got so many positive cards. For me, I mean, when I'm looking for my blessings, like, I always focus on the Pentacle cards or the Lovers or the Two of Cups. But I always want those high Pentacle cards, and you guys got like all of them. So I think that, yeah, not only are you going to get money, but you're going to get love. For a lot of you guys, this is your soulmate or future spouse. There's a phrase, when it rains, it pours. So I don't know why Spirit likes to do these things all at once, but it does seem like it happens. And I feel like, yeah, you guys are going to have, some of you guys have been doing like magic, or you guys have been working on manifestation, and a lot of those manifestations are going to come true. The only thing I think is some of you guys, it may look very different than you had planned it out. You may have had an idea in your mind of like, it's going to look like this, everything is going to happen this way. And again, I think a lot of that is based on some of you guys having trauma, or just this idea of yourself of like, my life is always going to look like this. I'm always going to have problems with this. That's just part of my life. And it's like, you guys are almost I feel like some of you guys, I'm getting that you guys have been like reprogrammed, or your cells have replaced themselves. What's coming to mind is that phrase, which I think it's not fully true, because I think you keep a lot of the cells like in your bones and stuff, but some of your body does regenerate. So there was a phrase going around, again, I don't think it's true, but it's like that your cells regenerate. So every 7 years, you're a totally new person. I don't know if it's true or not. But that's what's coming to mind, is like, you guys are almost a totally new person. And so what you thought was off limits, what you thought of like, well, I'm always going to be single, or I'm never really going to be, having a family, or I'm just never going to have money. I was born into a family without money and I'll never have it. That stuff is going to be like, Spirit's going to be like, oh, okay, it's time to show you what I can do. And a lot of you guys are going to be very shocked. And I think that one thing to say is you guys have to be open to trust, because I do think some of these changes are going to be a little bit shocking, and there's going to be a little like panic. It's kind of like, what's coming to mind is, I love this channel Hope for Paws. It's like a dog charity, and they go rescue dogs, and they show the videos of it. And a lot of times when they approach these like dogs that are like loose running around in the streets of LA and stuff, they are like really scared and standoffish because they've been abused before. So they'll like growl, they'll bark at the person, they'll try to run away. They don't realize that these people are trying to help them because they've been hurt and abused so much. And if they had their way, they would get the heck away from these people and they'd still be starving out on the street. And they don't realize that these people only want to help them. And it's almost like sometimes we as humans have a tendency to do that. Someone comes into our life who could be amazing and we tend to be like, no, I'm not used to this. I don't want this. And we just kind of sabotage or freak out. And so the one thing I would say is like a little bit to surrender to this and like be open, because it might not look the way you want. It might not be exactly what you imagined in some way. Like you might have been like, oh, you know, I want to date someone who fits the exact prototype that all my exes were. And Spirit's like, well, what about this? And it's way better, but you might be a little nervous. You might be like, someone like that would never date me. Like, no, I could never date someone like that. They wouldn't even be interested in me. And Spirit's like, no, this is for you. This is your gift, so go along with it. So let's get some other cards. So we got Islands, Solitude, Fairies, Earth Magic, Ceremony, Invocation, Dragonfly, Emergence, and New Moon, Promise. So I think that this is just, you know, this is just a new shift in your life. It's like a new moon is what you bring in. And a new moon brings in a lot of changes and stuff. And it's funny because this new moon coming up has an eclipse, and it may have just happened by the time I post this video. It's happening on December 4th and it's in Sagittarius. So a good thing for you guys to see is go into your chart and see where Sagittarius falls in your houses. You have to know your time of birth to get your ascendant, and then you can find out what house it falls in, first house, second house, third house, etc. And you can see what area of your life it's going to attract. Like, first house is kind of overall everything. Second house is money. Third house is communication. Fourth house is family and home. Fifth house can be like fun, creative. Sixth house is health. So anyway, you want to go through that and see where does it fall in my chart, because that might give you more keys to exactly what kind of changes are going to be happening, because eclipses just change everything. So that is coming to mind for you guys, is if you want more clarity about what exactly, since this is a general reading, what exactly is going to be flipped in your life, maybe go into that chart and see whether it's in love or whether it's in money. But I honestly think for a lot of you guys, this is an overall wealth glow up, and it also has to do with love. And it's almost like some of you guys may have had a hard time dating in the past because you didn't have the money. Like you couldn't, you know, afford to go out and eat at the upscale restaurant and hope, you know, someone asked you out, or someone saw you at the bar, or you didn't have the money to like dress up in the kind of clothes you want, or to, you know, you would be embarrassed that, you know, if they asked you like, oh, so what's your financial situation? You had to say like, I'm in debt or something like that. And it's like, I feel like this is one of the reasons why this is going to usher in this new energy, so that you guys are just, feel confident kind of emerging and coming out and being like, this is me and I'm totally open to everything. If you guys have been spending a lot of time alone working, I do feel like that may continue, even though you're having, I think, a romantic relationship possibly come in. I do think for some of you guys, you may be spending time alone hustling and continuing to work and put the work in. But I feel like that's okay. I feel like you guys are kind of used to that. So yeah. So other cards we got: clarity, beauty, travel, home, answers, financial health, and finding. So finding answers, those kind of match up. But yeah, this is all about some of these revelations you guys are going to have are going to be the things that bring in these blessings. For some of you guys, you're going to be switching houses. I do feel like some of you guys with this new money coming in, it's like whatever apartment you guys were living in the past, you're going to have a new financial situation to upgrade that, or whatever home, house, whatever. If you guys have been stuck in a living situation that has been less than ideal, or even if there's just something you would tweak, it's like some of this money is going to allow you to get a better living situation, home, environment. And I feel like you guys may take that offer up. If this living situation is causing the lack of sleep, then I feel like you'll be able to switch lanes with that and find a better housing situation that is a little quieter. For others of you guys, you're going to be traveling a lot. I mean, once someone gets a lot of money, there's so many more options at their disposal. So that's why I love seeing those high pentacle cards, is because it's like, I feel like you guys can be able to choose, but a lot of you guys may be traveling. I'm seeing Europe, obviously not everyone, and it's a general reading, so take what resonates, but some of you guys may be traveling to Europe, or I'm seeing places in Asia as well. So I feel like you guys could be traveling, and I'm seeing South America. So it's like, how many more continents can I list? But I feel like you guys could be traveling to many different places, and it's kind of up to you where you guys want to go. So yeah, I feel like this is the year of shocking opportunities. Like, I feel like some of this stuff is just going to fall into your lap. It's just going to be like a friend who's like, hey, I have an extra ticket to Barbados. Do you want to come? And you're going to be like, what do you, okay, I guess. Like, you didn't plan it, you didn't think about it, you didn't expect it to happen, but it's gonna happen. Financial health obviously talks about you guys having money. Beauty, you guys, I feel like you guys are gonna continue to get more attractive this year, and you're exuding a very sexy energy. You know, it's like almost like because you glowed up financially, you're exuding this like wealth. Venus actually rules both wealth and beauty. So it's like, if you are feeling really wealthy, you become more attractive, you know, more sexy. So I feel like people are going to be drawn to you this year, and I feel like this is a year when you guys are going to enjoy it. In the past, some of you guys, it may have felt like a burden, like, oh, someone's staring at me, or like, God, just, I wish my coworker would just stop flirting with me and it's so rude or something. But I feel like you guys are going to have a lot of fun with it this year for whatever reason. You just exude this powerful energy. So we also got, now back to the tarot, 7 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, 8 of Wands, King of Swords, the Star, and Ace of Swords. So again, more powerful victory energy with Ace of Swords, 8 of Wands, and 8 of Pentacles, talking about, and 8 being the like prosperity number, talking about you guys have put in the work and you're going to continue to. This is like, you know, balls already in the air. This is stuff that you're already working on. This is stuff that you've already put the work in, and it's already in the process of kind of coming through and, you know, matriculating into a actual abundance. So it's like you guys have put the work in, you're continuing to work, you're continuing to hustle. Like I said, this isn't just the point of income where it's like just collecting checks. This is like you guys continuing to work and, you know, wake up and try to hustle and make money. So just know that. With the Star, some of you guys may even be experiencing fame. Wheel of Fortune talks about luck being on your side. King of Swords could be related to the Lovers. It could also be that I'm getting for some of you guys, your work may involve you guys speaking in some way, even if it's like you guys are only, you know, like if you own a company, you're only speaking to your employees, or you're only corresponding with your customers and having to write emails. But I feel like your voice is very respected this year, and I feel like people listen to you, and you get even better at communication. I don't even think some of you guys realize that you're very respected when you speak. People listen to what you have to say. People find your way of speaking to be very like, I want to say impressionable. You make an impression on people, and people are like, oh, I didn't think about that. And it's like, I feel like some of you guys don't even realize it, that you guys are very good speakers. And you may think sometimes that people disrespect you or don't listen to you, but that's not the case. And I feel like you guys are going to be more comfortable about that and stop questioning yourselves. I feel like some of you guys may question yourselves or be like, I don't know, like some of you guys may gaslight yourselves a little, and if something happens, you kind of try to, you know, look on the bright side. Or if you're like, I think that person's shady, well, I don't know, I don't want to overreact. I mean, I feel like sometimes they say like kind of weird comments, but no, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. It's like that energy of kind of gaslighting and pretending like it's not going on, it's over. You guys are fully in your power this year. You guys are stepping into your power. I'm surprised we also didn't get the Emperor with the vibes I'm getting, or the Empress. So we're stepping into knowing our worth, and the shady people that may have tried to do stuff to you in the past, it's like, nope, no more Mr. Nice Guy. I'm hearing that song by Alice Cooper. So it's like, yeah, you guys are stepping into your power so much. And with the Star, it may involve some public acclaim or public presence as well. So other cards we got: Love, happiness, leadership, miracles. Wow. Again, so positive, you guys. This is just so many blessings coming in. I do think for some of you guys, this is a soulmate. I tend not to, I don't know why I haven't brought up the love thing more. I think because I'm not the most romantic person right now. But this is definitely love coming in for a lot of you guys, where you may meet this person, but it's almost like I'm feeling like the vibe for a lot of you guys is like this person is equally as much of a hustler as you are. And I like that about them. Like, I feel like it's not a relationship where you're like, oh my God, or you're not emotionally as overwhelmed. You guys both are you feel so confident about your life that this person is kind of like hustling after you, like trying to get your attention. And you're just so in the power position in this that I feel like your focus is kind of still on work, if that makes sense. But then you have this great relationship with like a high quality type of person, but they're kind of like, they kind of are willing to fit into your life however way you want. So it doesn't change your schedule up. Like, I still feel like you guys are super focused on the Pentacle energy. And then you also have this relationship on the side that's kind of like super supportive. But if that makes sense, it's not taking up a lot of stress in your mind. It's not like you guys are freaking out about like, they didn't text, they didn't call, let me call them. Okay, we're supposed to get together. Okay, I'll call off the meeting because they want to get a picnic. Like, no, you guys are still focused on your grind. And then this person it's almost like they just fit into your life so well, and they're so supportive of you. And yeah, so I feel like maybe that's why it's not coming in as like numero uno most important thing in this pile, but you guys have so many blessings that, yeah. So we also got cornucopia, third chakra, Archangel Chamuel, magician and the mirror, woman holding a heart, community, rest and rejuvenation, the temple path. So also, again, sleep is going to be a theme this year for you guys. So get in sleep where you can get it in. So some of you guys might have to sleep between meetings, or, find time to sleep on the weekends or something. But I do feel like sleep may be an issue, but you guys are able to handle it. Some of you guys might have a really restful year. I don't know, but I am getting that for a lot of you guys. Sleep may continue to be an issue if it already has been. So take that as it resonates, leave the rest. But there's so many blessings coming in. And again, some of you guys might be changing homes so that you can sleep easier. A lot of you guys are going to be getting friendships. I feel like you're going to have friends that you really like that maybe once upon a time you were like, I would never have been able to be friends with these people. Like, they're so glamorous, or they're so much fun, or I can't believe they want to hang out with me, like kind of vibe. Yeah, I feel like you guys are going to be shocked by a lot of the people that want to come into your life. Like, you're going to be like, me? But it's like, I'm seeing that Trisha Paytas meme where like the police officer stops her in the car or whatever, and she's like, huh? Me? Oh, okay. Like, it's like, you guys can't believe that, that those people want to be friends with you, or that person wants to date you, or that person wants to help you with your business. Like, it's like, I just feel like there's a lot of shock. There's a lot of change. And a lot of it has to do with your manifesting that you guys are doing. You guys are spiritually on point with the manifestation, with the connection to the other side. It's like tight. So I pulled some more cards as well. We got the the Knight of Cups. I always get, these are so confusing. 9 of Pentacles again. They just, like I said, they didn't stutter. They want you to know. Queen of Cups, Death again. 8 of Wands again. 6 of Pentacles again. And Emperor, which I said to you guys, I was like, I'm surprised the Emperor didn't come out. And then it did. Oh, and I forgot. 4 of Swords, and that came out reversed. And that one talks about not sleeping. So, like I said, I think that there is going to be a lack of sleep. Even though it came out upright in this, that was because I was doing all uprights. So this one I allowed reversal. So you guys, I feel there's so much culmination energy. There's so much fulfillment energy. Like, you guys have been putting the work and you're continuing on with it, and it is really flourishing. It's like you planted the seeds back in like late summer. and then you went through autumn, and then you went through winter, and everything was like dead, and it was really hard, but you kept working, you kept tilling it, you kept doing all the stuff you have to do. I don't know anything about farming, so I don't know if you're working in the winter, but anyway, you guys did what you had to do. You had faith, and now it's spring or summer, and the harvest is coming to blossom. So it's like, this is a time of blessings and growth and just a beautiful energy, and you guys have a lot of respect. I knew we would get the Emperor because I was like, this is Emperor, Empress energy, and you guys are just in your absolute top of your game. I feel like this is going to be a banner year for you guys. You guys are going to look back on this year and be like, wow. And again, I feel like it's interesting because a lot of people, I think, you know, just collectively, it's a hard time financially for a lot of people. And it's like, you guys are, it's always interesting to see who does well despite the hardship, right? Despite the things thrown at them, despite when everyone else is going through a hard time. It's not to say they're any better, but sometimes it can show that you really are listening to Spirit and you really have put in the work, and Spirit is really pleased because they're blessing you despite the famine or despite the hardship. You know, it's kind of like manna from heaven, which I think it was the Israelites were going through the desert and God just gave them manna from heaven, which is just random loaves of bread would show up in the desert, and they would just like go around and just wake up in the morning and there'd be like bread on the ground, which is crazy. So that's how they were able to survive in the desert, and no one thought they could. And so that's kind of like what's coming to mind is like, for some of you guys, people may be totally shook and in shock at like, how is this person succeeding? How did this person go from broke to prosperity at a time when everyone else is like doing so bad? How did this person end up flourishing and they look better than ever? How is this person getting more attractive year after year? How is this person finding love? You know, and maybe they're older than we thought or whatever. Like, I feel like people are just going to be like watching you like, oh my God, how is this happening? And I'm kind of one of those people, not as a hater, but I'm just like, wow, how did these people get so much Nine of Pentacles energy and so much blessings coming in? It's really crazy. And also, I feel like this love, if you guys have been wanting to get married, I definitely feel like you might be meeting the person that you could end up marrying. And so final cards we got are the Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, 7 of Swords, 6 of Wands, Knight of Cups, King of Wands, and the 5 of Swords. So 7 of Swords and 5 of Swords coming out one after the other. It really could talk about you having some shady, dishonest people around you. And it may talk about you guys just needing to be careful and pay attention to that. I do feel like some of you guys may have had shady family or shady jealous friends or something. Anytime someone has this kind of success, a lot of times you just do see jealousy. But I do think it's something to be aware of. Since Spirit brought it up, I do think we got 5 of Swords one other time. I'm not totally sure. But yeah, so be cautious and aware of that. Be aware of the people that may not have your best interest at heart or may not be happy for you. I always say that sometimes I will bring up a fake accomplishment. Like, I'll be like, I won a pie eating contest. Isn't that cool? Just to see if they turn into a hater or if they're happy, because I don't really care if it's a fake thing, but if they get mad about like a real accomplishment, it can be a bummer. So it's like, sometimes you might bring up something fake, like, oh, this guy asked for my number out on my walk. And if they freak out or they're like, oh, well, he's probably lame or something, then you know maybe they're not, you know, a friend that really has your best interest at heart. We got Queen of Pentacles. So we got King and Queen of Pentacles. So money coming in. 10 of Cups. I feel like with this relationship, it may lead to family if that's something you guys want. It may lead to marriage. It may lead to an engagement down the line. And I forgot to mention to you guys, but with King of Wands coming up twice, this person is probably very good in bed, probably very sexually alluring, probably has a lot of people interested in dating them. But I feel like they're going to be very interested in you very seriously. So even if they have other people interested in dating them, I definitely feel like they're only going to have eyes on you, but this person would be really good in bed. So that's something to look forward to. And also with the Knight of Cups, you know, they are, even though they may be this kind of sexy person, they do have a sweet little soft side, and they are very emotionally tied into you. So I think you guys are going to really have so much in common and just really get along, have a lot of commonality. And it's almost like this person just brings a lot to the table. So why wouldn't you choose to be with them? because yeah, they're just an overall catch. So wow, like I said, congratulations pile 1. If there was a pile to be in, I would definitely want to be in this pile. You guys have a lot to look forward to this year, so I am so happy for you guys. This is incredible, and I think you guys are just in for a win this year. So much to look forward to, and I really hope you guys, it all comes true. And also make sure to check out that Keen link in my bio. It's a 10-minute reading for $2. You're not going to find a reading like that anywhere else for that price. And I love Keen, best psychics in the business. So make sure to check that out. I call it a free gift because it's like such a good price. I mean, it's basically a reading for free in my mind, compared to like what other psychics cost and stuff. So anyway, make sure to check it out, guys, and also like this video, leave a comment if it resonated, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll be back soon for another reading. Sending you guys so much love and light. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye. Hey, pile 2. So if you guys picked this green cake, this is going to be your reading. I'm not sure what it is. I really have no idea. You guys can let me know. Maybe like a kumquat or something, but it looks really good. I love the sprinkles. Let's get right into your reading, guys. So we got the 7 of Wands, the 2 of Pentacles, the Emperor, the 3 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, 3 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Cups. So I feel like for you guys are going to be leaving something behind this year really strongly. I feel like there's some dysfunction that's been going on in your guys' lives that Spirit wants you guys to put an end to, and this year is going to be about freedom. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be gaining in self-confidence a lot this year. Like some of you guys doubt yourselves, or you're around people who make you doubt yourselves, question yourselves, gaslight you, confuse you. They could be narcissists, but they like you when you're confused. They like a little bit of chaos. And I feel like this consumes a lot of your guys' energy. A lot of you guys spend a lot of time kind of cleaning up after this person, dealing with the messes they create for you. And it's going to be such a relief when this is removed out of your life. And I feel like a big part of this is you guys making the conscious decision to move out of this energy and making the conscious decision of like, no more, no more. I'm hearing no more. I won't tolerate it anymore. I'm done. And I do feel like making this decision is going to put you guys on the path to abundance and to financial success and bring in a lot of beautiful changes for you. A lot of you guys may not realize how draining this is and how much heartbreak this causes you guys. A lot of you guys just may think of it as like normal behavior, or like this is just how it goes. This is just part of a relationship, is like fighting and trouble. And I'm not saying it's necessarily a romantic relationship. For a lot of you guys, this might be family or friendships, but I feel like, or even a boss, but I feel like there are people in your lives that don't take you guys seriously and do kind of gaslight you. And a big part of this is you guys stepping into your own power. I feel like a lot of you guys don't even consider yourselves powerful people. You don't fully own your power. You look in the mirror and you're just like, I'm kind of mediocre. And I feel like Spirit wants you to realize how incredibly special and beautiful you guys are, and that you guys bring so much to the table. And so part of this year, I feel, is stopping like fighting. Like it's like your energy isn't going to be taken up with fighting over people, or dealing with a tit for tat, or going to I feel like a lot of your energy is just drained. It's almost like just to maintain the status quo, just to get through the day, you guys have to fight. You have to deal with unpleasant people, and a big part of that is going to be shifted out of your life. And I feel like a big part of this is you guys consciously choosing. So you might be leaving a job, or you might be leaving behind a friend group or a relationship. It's almost like Spirit, I'm hearing Spirit wants you to choose. Spirit wants to, they don't want to like take these people out of your life because then you wouldn't learn the lesson. Spirit wants you to decide. And I feel like a lot of this has taken you off your path towards abundance and made you not fully come into your abundant energy. And now that's going to shift. Once you make the choice to leave this behind, you're going to be able to start building some wealth and come into Queen of Pentacles energy eventually. But this year is going to be about waking up and realizing that, learning those things. The Three of Pentacles is all about learning and understanding. And I do feel like this year, it's like there's light bulb moments or aha moments, as Oprah called them, where you suddenly things just make a different sense. Suddenly things that you didn't understand why someone did something or acted a certain way, suddenly you're like, you got them all figured out, you know? And so a lot of things I think are going to become revealed to you. And a lot of this chaos that you've been surrounded by is going to go away, and you're not going to have to spend your time and precious energy fighting with conflict and having disagreements and having misunderstandings, because I feel like honestly that consumed a lot of your energy. And I think in 2022, this is about you guys stepping away from that. And you guys, this may be also like a powerful male, or it could be a powerful female as well in kind of a masculine energy. But it's like, so not someone who's going to be super loving, super sweet, super understanding, maybe someone who's a little harder, a little more rigid, but they, I feel, cause you guys more conflict than you know. I think sometimes you guys give them the benefit of the doubt and try to be like, oh, well, they didn't really mean it, or I don't know why I always fight with them, but it's probably my fault too, you know. And it's like Spirit wants you to start taking a very critical eye towards this and looking at it very carefully, and not kind of gaslighting yourself into thinking like, well, it's not that big of a deal. They want you to understand that you guys do deserve the best and be willing to step away from things that don't serve you. So other cards we got: Perfect Storm, the courage to step into life; a tidy house; clarity and organization; horned cactus, resourcefulness; skywriting; the fates; drifter, experiencing life as it comes; and oh, that's from the other pile. So we'll just go with these for now. But yeah, like I feel like, you know, horned cactus, resourcefulness, when you think about a cactus in the desert, it goes through periods and seasons where it doesn't get hardly any rain at all, but it learns to conserve rain. It learns to draw on those difficult, like draw on its strength and then conserve the rain so that when it goes through a dry season, it will be okay. And I feel like honestly, a lot of you guys are learning how to come into your own strength. It's almost like you guys are being toughened up a little. And I feel like for you guys, some of this may be moving houses or not interacting as much with your family of origin if they are kind of toxic people. And I feel like this is like giving you courage. Some of you guys are kind of meek, to be honest, and holding yourselves back. Like you don't want to step fully into your power. I almost feel like you have people around you who would be highly threatened if you guys were truly in your power and as powerful as you could be. Like they don't want to see you feeling yourself fully. They don't want to see you being like, oh, I'm the best. I know I'm amazing. I got this. They want to see you scared or shy or nervous. So they have done things to plant seeds of doubt in your life, and they have done things to make you guys question yourselves. And I feel like a lot of this is going to come to a culmination point in 2022 where you guys are not going to be able to ignore it anymore. So maybe they do something and then it blows up, or maybe you just are like, you stumble across a book that tells you that, you know, the dynamics of a toxic family look like this or something, and you're like, oh my God, I grew up exactly like that, or a toxic workplace or a toxic friend group. But you are going to have these revelations, and you're not going to be able to be blind to this anymore. It's almost like the scales are going to fall off your eyes, and your eyes are going to be opened to what's going on, and you're not going to have any more doubt in your mind about like, wait, this can't happen. This isn't, they didn't mean it like that. No, they actually meant this. Like some of you guys have been just drifters, taking life as it comes and not knowing that you guys deserve the best. I feel like for some of you guys, the idea that you deserve a beautiful relationship or financial abundance and massive wealth or a really amazing friend group that you love is like shocking to you. Like you would never like accept that. You would be like, me? No, I can't, not me. No, I mean, maybe someone else, but not me. Like that kind of thing isn't for me. It doesn't happen for me. And I feel like Spirit wants you to learn to step into your power and to realize that you are the main character. No one else is. You don't have to sacrifice yourself for anyone else. You don't have to hold yourself back to make someone else look better. And if you do, it's not a real friendship and it's not a real relationship. So if someone is making you feel like you're not really that great and it's important for you to hold yourself back and you shouldn't be in second stage or in front of the stage, that's time to maybe cut that person out. And I do think a big theme for this year is walking away. And I'm hearing that song Walking Away by Craig David, and he says like, I'm walking away from all the problems in my life. And it's like, yeah, some of you guys are going to be just leaving this energy behind and not tolerating it anymore around you. You guys have tolerated it for a long time, but I feel like Spirit is like, it's almost like turning up the heat, like being like, okay, we're not going to let this keep going on anymore. It's gone on long enough, and now we're turning it up to 11. And so it might get worse before it gets better. So we also got willpower, courage, boundaries, happiness, freedom, and confidence. This year is all about personal growth for you guys. It's about learning to set boundaries. It's about getting confidence, getting courage, getting freedom, tapping into your willpower. Because I feel like for some of you guys, you don't even know what your wishes are. You don't even know what your dreams are or what your willpower would do if you had any opportunity to do whatever you want. You guys are just kind of going with the flow. Like I said, you're just kind of taking whatever comes your way. And I feel like Spirit definitely wants you guys to start asking, what do I want? What are my desires? Some of you guys have been going off what your parents or someone else in your life thinks is good for you. It might even be a controlling friend or a controlling boss, but I feel like you have people around you who, if you say like, oh, I really like this kind of outfit, they'll be like, no, don't wear that. No, you need to wear this. Or you would look good in that. No, you wouldn't look good wearing that, but wear this instead. Like, they really kind of treat you like you're a doll and you're supposed to do whatever it is that they say, and they have a very set, cut out idea of what you're supposed to behave like. And I feel like you guys need to realize that this is your life. It's not anyone else's, and it's up to you guys to decide what it is you want. So if you do have anyone in your life who's trying to mold you into their idea of what they want, it's time to step away from that. It's time to choose a new path. And I do think that's going to happen for you guys. You guys are going to start glowing up and finding your confidence and finding your belief in yourself. There's going to be a lot of bravery coming in. If you guys have had an issue with anxiety or meekness or feeling like you don't feel comfortable saying your voice, that is going to go away. Some of you guys may have anxiety issues that like somehow just fix and solve themselves in 2022. I feel like for a lot of you guys, I keep hearing find your voice. So for a lot of you guys, this is about learning to stick up for yourself. Some of you guys might need to learn how to have tough, uncomfortable conversations with people, and that's a part of growing up. I remember I was really bad at that too, but then you just reach the point where you're like, if I don't stand up for myself, no one else will. So I've got to be the one. It sucks, but I wish someone else would do it, but I've got to be the one to step forward and advocate for myself. And when that moment comes, it's amazing how many things shift in a positive direction in your life once you're no longer willing to tolerate it and you decide that tolerating it is worse than the risk you take by speaking up for yourself. It's a scary moment to say, you know what, I really don't like how you acted, or to be like, no, actually, I don't want that. I want this. But that is where we have so much growth, and that's where we start stepping into like Empress, Emperor energy. You cannot be the Empress or the Emperor or the Queen of Pentacles that you guys got unless you're willing to have those tough conversations and advocate. So I think for so many of you guys, this is about stepping into your power. And also I do feel like for a lot of you guys, it's even about deciding what it is that you want, because I feel like for so many of you guys, you don't even know what makes you happy. You don't even know what you like. You don't even know what fulfills you. You guys just go along with what other people want for you. So this is about finding your freedom. Some of you guys might be moving out, like I said, and finding your own living space, but it's about coming into your freedom and deciding or discovering what it is that you like in this world and what it is that you want as your story, and not being a side character in someone else's story. So other cards we got: Ace of Cups, Queen of Wands, Six of Swords, Eight of Swords, Three of Swords, and the Moon. So yeah, a lot of this is about you guys leaving stuff behind. That's such a huge theme this year. Another thing is coming into your empowerment. The Queen of Wands is super empowered. She has no trouble saying what it is that she wants. She has no trouble speaking up for herself and going after it. And for a lot of you guys, you may feel like it's wrong. Like, I feel like you guys have this script in your head where you guys are like the scapegoat, or it's almost like you guys are like Cinderella and you're just like, no, it's fine. I'll just sweep away in, you know, the fireplace my whole life and I don't really deserve it. Other people can have a good life, but it's just not for me, and that's fine. And Spirit's like, no, it's not fine. And Spirit wants to see you in that place where you know you're the main character of the story and you know that you guys deserve blessings. Because I think a lot of you guys, it's almost like you've just forgotten it, or you didn't realize that you are worth just as much as anyone else. And if they're allowed to have blessings, so are you. So for a lot of you guys, this is about empowerment. This is about you guys having to deal with a little bit of sorrow that I think will point you in the right direction. I do think you guys are going to have disappointments, but ultimately there's so much positive growth happening. And this is about you guys finding your voice. Some of you guys have been in this energy for years, and I do think it's going to be coming to an end. But I also feel like Spirit is saying that you need to choose it. You need to be the one to decide that you guys are going to have a new life. You guys aren't going to tolerate the same old ish that's been going on forever. If you guys have been in a chaotic family where there has been just drama and problems, or a chaotic relationship or friendship or workplace, this is about you guys stepping away from it and being like, I'm done. I just can't, I can't keep going, and I'm over it, and I'm done, and I deserve more. And moving towards that, actually taking concrete steps to move towards it, not just saying it, not just thinking it, but actually, you know, acting on it. So I feel like this is a really exciting, groundbreaking, changing year for you guys. But I do think you're going to be a little scared at first of all the changes that start coming in. But you have to know that they're super positive, and I do think it's guided by Spirit. The moon can talk about, you know, being a little delusional or off track kind of. And I feel like for some of you guys, you have been in that energy in the past where you didn't actually you didn't actually know yourself, and you didn't actually know what you wanted in life. And so you got a little bit off track, and you may have just been going along, kind of just not fighting a ton, just kind of maybe even dealing with anxiety, because the moon can talk about that. And I feel like now this is the time to release all of that. This is the time to stop being stuck in fear, stop being confused, but step forward into the light and start to find your own power. So you're kind of moving out of this fearful energy into the world, into this light space. But I do think it may be a painful process actually going through that. And then the Ace of Cups actually came out reversed, but then I'm not doing reversals with that deck. So I flipped it upright. I'm not doing reversals for either of the tarot decks today. But I do think that some of you guys have not been feeling the best emotionally. And I do think that Spirit is going to help you start to fix that and start to realize that maybe you don't even have, I mean, I'm not saying, and I'm obviously not a doctor, so I can't diagnose anything, maybe, but there's an expression that I really love that's like, maybe you don't have depression or anxiety, maybe you're just surrounded by a-holes. And I think that that might be the case for some of you guys, where you might be like, oh, I have so many issues with this, and it's like, well, no, but you might have really bad people around you that are making you feel bad about yourself, and maybe that's something you've got to take a look at and fix. So other cards we got: toadstools, growth; Pegasus, transcending; dragon spirit, change; wizard of the woods, focus; and storm spirit, chaos. So a lot of you guys have been in chaotic energy, and this is about you guys having a lot of growth and moving out of that. There's going to be changes, and a lot of you guys may have felt very stuck in this energy. Like, I know my family is toxic, but I rely on my parents for money, and I can't do anything about it because I know my dad's a narcissist, but he pays my bills and so I'm stuck, or same with a relationship, or I know my boss is horrible but I have to get this paycheck from them. And that, I feel like you guys are going to get unstuck. This is going to shift and change, and if you guys have felt like there was no way out, there is going to be a way out, and a lot of this is going to be ending this cycle, but it's also about you guys having to step up, step forward, and be brave and kind of confront this and learn to find your voice, because some of you guys have not even felt capable of speaking up, or even realized some of the time some of the issues. You might have just turned a blind eye or pretended like everything was fine because that was easier than actually dealing with the problem. I feel like that's such a life lesson for so many of us. We're prone to, like, you know, instead of confronting a situation, just kind of hoping it goes away and just being like, oh, I'm just gonna be positive. But the fact is, you've got to confront stuff, and you got to confront it as ideally as soon as it starts, as from the jump. Initially, whenever it starts going left, fixing it right away and letting people know, like, nope, we're not going to do that. And so I think that that's a lesson it takes a lot of us to learn, is just like pretending that everything's okay or going along with it to be nice doesn't actually fix things and get them the way you want. It actually takes work. You actually have to buckle down, address it, face the problem, and fix it and deal with it. And I feel like that's what you guys are going to be learning in 2022, is like addressing these problems. And I feel like you're going to come out of it so much stronger and more empowered. Yes, I'm feeling that in like a year, you guys are going to be totally different and much more in your power. You guys are going to be very strengthened and very strong, and it's going to be a different person next year. I feel like next year you guys are going to have no problem voicing your concerns, speaking up for yourselves, and, you know, not tolerating bad behavior. Some of you guys may feel like empaths or be very sweet individuals that it's almost like you don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to make anyone feel bad by speaking up, but it's like you guys have to speak up, and there's a beauty and a strength and a morality in being the one to speak up, because if you don't speak up and no one speaks up, then trash behavior can continue. So it's actually the kind thing, even though it may not seem like it at the time, sometimes to tell someone off, or to tell them like, hey, you're not acting right. It may not seem nice to, you know, have to get in their face about it, but you can always do it in a nice way. But it's really important that we do speak up for ourselves, and that actually benefits everyone. So other cards we got: rainbow, blessings, passion, fire, shape-shifting clouds, and rain purification, dance, celebration, and spring equinox, rebirth. So this is really about a total change for you guys, and about, yeah, I think like purification is really sticking out to me. Like, I feel like you guys, it's almost like your energy has been diluted by some of these people around you. They have maybe pretended to be on your side or pretended to be advocates for you when really they haven't been. And I do think that you guys are going to be almost like restored back to your self that you were as a child before some of this ish went down. A lot of you guys are going to be so powerful after this shift and after this change. You're going to have discovered some of your passions in life, and I feel like that energy is going to come back to you guys. Like, if you guys have been awake or asleep, you're going to be awake, and suddenly I feel like you guys are going to be exposed to, like, this is what I really want out of life. This is the direction I want to head. It may be, for some of you guys, there may have been things that you were like hiding to yourself. Like, maybe you really want to be an actor, but you never felt comfortable admitting that. Or maybe you want to be a writer, but your parents made you feel like you had to take like a job as an accountant, and so you did, but you know, you have these secret dreams or something. Or maybe you always wanted to date a certain type of person, but you didn't because you knew your friends or your parents or someone would disapprove of it, you know. And I feel like it's like, this is you guys finding your passion. This is you guys deciding what it is you want and really running towards it. Not running away from it anymore. You guys are going to be much more exhilarated in life. You guys are going to be, I feel like, much more plugged in. Some of you guys have been almost like hiding away from the world, or not living life like you could, like just like living a half life. Yeah, like living like, I'm hearing the song Half Life by Rostrum, and it's like, I feel like you guys have been stuck in this kind of like twilight instead of like full daylight. You've been in like twilight. You know how it's like a dim room with like no brightness to it, and it's like kind of how at twilight like all the things become fuzzy and kind of hard to make out with your eyes. Like that's kind of where you guys have been stuck, and I feel like you guys are moving into like bright, sharp daylight where you can understand, because so much of this is about mental clarity for you guys. A lot of you guys have been confused, and this is like the veil lifting. And I do think this whole year is just about you guys discovering what you want. Like I feel like some of you guys don't even know your favorite ice cream flavor or your favorite type of food. Like not everyone, but some of you guys may be like so out of whack with yourself. You might think you know your favorite ice cream, but you actually don't. Or you know, it's kind of like, you know, I remember when I was growing up, for some reason, my mom hated the color purple, and she would always tell us that the color purple was déclassé, and whatever that, I mean, it's really kind of funny in retrospect, but she just really hated the color purple for some reason, and she'd never wear it, and if we wore it, she'd be like, oh, purple, you know, and she just never wanted to buy us anything that was purple if we were like, you know, clothes shopping or whatever. So I really hated the color purple for life, and whenever I would see something purple, I'd just be like, oh, I'm not gonna buy that, like, oh, it's purple. And then I kind of realized that, like, I'm like, wait, why don't I like purple? And then I realized that I think purple is a really beautiful color. And actually it's like the heart I use most of the time in my comments because it matches the colors on my channel. That's funny, it just occurred to me. But my point is like, part of that is like weird things that just get sewn into your mind, you know? And I feel like that's something that's happened to you guys, where you guys may have had people come into your life and give you certain ideas about things or about who you are, and a lot of this is about you guys discovering what it is you really want and feeling empowered to voice it as well, because it really, you know, that's like the two-parter. It's about you guys stepping forward and saying, I want this, I need this, I deserve this, I want this kind of a life for myself, and then going out to build it. Because how can you build it if you don't really know what you want? It's kind of like an architect who's like, hey, what kind of a house do you want? And you're like, well, I don't know, like maybe, I don't know, like okay, so we could have like a living room that looks like that. Well, I don't know, well, I don't know, what do they think? And like, you're never gonna have the house you want if you don't even know what it is you want. So I feel like before you guys can start manifesting, and I do think you guys may be able to manifest a lot of this stuff very soon, but it also needs to be something where you guys work on figuring out what it is you want. So yeah, that's coming through strong. So door to personal healing and happiness, angel of strength, goddess of the moon, appreciation. Some of you guys may have romance coming in, or may have people appreciating you this year. And I feel like you've had people who would be jealous of it in the past. And this is about you guys stepping forward into being okay with them being jealous. And when they show themselves, cut them out. So if you do have like romance coming in, I do think there may be people in your life that might try to sabotage that, or may try to throw you off of that course. And a lot of this is about you guys being empowered and seeking and realizing that you guys truly deserve a romance. It's almost like you guys are growing up, I feel. Like growing up and getting out of stuff that you guys were programmed for in the past. So I do feel like some of you guys may have romantic relationships coming in. You guys may have people that really want to date you, but I do feel like sometimes when those relationships have come in the past, you guys have sabotaged it because you've known that there would be other people in your life who would be jealous or who would sabotage it. So subconsciously you may have like found an excuse in your mind to you know, kind of ruin everything. And I just looked at my clock and it's 4:44. So I feel like, yeah, this is about you guys building those foundations so that when the romance does come in, or the blessings do come in, that you guys won't have people around you in your life who sabotages it. And in my experience with manifestation and learning and growing, that is so major key, because the foundation is everything. And so much of the time we want to speed up the process of manifestation, but there's levels that you have to go through. And number one is figuring out what the heck you want, and number two is preparing the foundation. So removing the people around you who will mess with it, who would sabotage it, who those, you may not want to admit to yourself, but when you have that girlfriend who, when you go out and the hot dude out of the bar is flirting with you, is going to be like, I want to go home. I just got really sick. Can we go home? And find any reason or excuse like, well, I thought he looked sketchy anyway. I don't think you should talk to him. I heard a bad rumor. And you're like, you don't even know the guy. But there's always going to be friends like that aren't really your friends and go out with you for whatever reason, but they don't actually want to see you succeed. And I feel like you guys have a lot of those people around you. I think a lot of people are very drawn to you and think you guys are very attractive and have a lot going on, but then you have these kind of saboteurs, I think, around you guys who sabotage stuff. So a lot of this is about clearance, removing the bad people and bringing in the new. And so this is a year of personal growth. This is a year of you guys growing, coming into your power, becoming empowered, and stepping down on this path that I think will eventually lead to Queen of Pentacles energy. So will eventually lead to a lot of success and abundance. But you guys have got to start stepping down this path. We've got to start carving out our own place in this world and discovering our truest self, what we really like, what we really want, the vibe we really want to give out. Because only when we are residing in our personal power and in our truest self, and when we really know what we love and what we like, that's when we can attract it. When we're confused, we can't attract it. So other cards, we got the Page of Cups, 10 of Swords, Page of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, and 7 of Swords. So we got a lot of swords again. And then we have 2 pages. So this is really about kind of like new started. Like I said, this is like young energy. This is like becoming an adult. You're not an adult yet, but you're on the way there. You're stepping into it. I do think with the 10 of Swords and the 7 of Swords, there may still be these people causing problems. There may still be backstabbing people or disappointments that you have coming in. And for a lot of you guys, this may be something that happens until you learn to make these releases in your life and learn to let go of some of these people, because again, they don't necessarily have your best interests at heart. So for a lot of you guys, you're gonna have to release them and let go of them in order for the blessings to come through. I know that may not be what you want to hear, and it may be difficult to know, but that's just what's going on. So I do think you might have disappointing things happen until you guys are fully willing to let go of it and step into your power. But with the Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles, I do feel like you guys are on this path to becoming into your highest self and to becoming someone who's really in love with their life. You guys are stepping forward, taking the steps on this journey to being empowered, to finding what it is that you really want, and to building a life of wealth, of abundance, and also of emotional fulfillment. So you guys are beginning on this path. You're not super far along it, I would say, but this is like such a crucial part of the journey. And sometimes we want to rush these journeys, but this is the part of manifestation that like does so much work and so much effort for us. And so I feel like you guys just need to kind of have faith in the process. And I think once you guys start clearing out a lot of these people, it's going to be so much easier on this journey. It's going to be so much easier on this path. But Spirit just needs to, like I said, turn up the heat a little, make you guys a little uncomfortable so that you're finally willing to step forward in that way. So we also got simplicity, freedom, action, and a focus. So this is so much about you guys fighting your freedom. I think that's come up on the 3 cards, and leaving behind the toxic people, the toxicity in your life. It may be simplifying, it may be getting rid of some stuff, it may be getting rid of some relationships that you thought benefited you but really didn't put you into your highest energetic self. for some of you guys, you're going to be really taking action and actually moving out, or actually quitting your job, or cutting out a friend group or something. I feel like you guys are going to have a lot of mental clarity this year, and we did get focus. So it's about you guys having these realizations that are going to point you in the right direction. A lot of it is just mental awareness as far as what you're supposed to do and what you guys have been tolerating for too long, and what you guys need to move away from. So yeah, I feel like this is such a huge growth year for you guys. And I feel like you're going to come out of 2022 so much stronger, so much more in your power. You guys, this is a year of empowerment. This is a year of you guys really stepping into your highest version of yourself and knowing what it is you want and starting to manifest it. I think sometimes you guys feel confused because it's like someone's like, well, you should work on making that your career happen, and you're like, I don't even know what I want to do. Or you should try to find the kind of relationship you want, and you're like, I have no clue what kind of person I'm attracted to. And so much of this is you guys deciding and figuring out what you want for you in your life and then moving towards it. So I know sometimes it may be hard hearing that you're going to be tested this year, but I do think a lot of these realizations have been a long time coming. They need to happen. Some of you guys have been putting them off, and now Spirit is saying it's time. It's got to happen now. And so there's no more waiting. There's no more. And I think after you go through this, you're going to be so relieved, so glad it happened. Some of you guys may be going through a Saturn return, or just a crucial period in your life where you're having so much clarity and you're having those hard lessons, but they benefit us so much in the long run. I remember looking back at my period that was like this, and I could never be where I am now if I hadn't gone through the kind of dark night of the soul period of learning and growth and clearance out of all the people that needed to go, because sometimes they gotta go and they just don't fit in the life you're building. If you're building a masterpiece, you're not going to keep around a pile of trash. If you're building the Taj Mahal, you're not going to be like, well, there was a pile of trash, someone left this big pile of trash, well, we'll just build around it, we'll just build the little, we'll build this ornate room made of pure marble, and we'll just have the trash in the center though, because we don't feel like moving it. No, you're going to clear it out first. Of course, you need to clear it out to get in the beauty and the amazing stuff that you're trying to build. So for you guys, I feel like this year is about clearance. It's about taking a critical look at your relationships and starting to say no more, and coming into your empowered self where you know you deserve the best. So I feel like that's the lesson Spirit wants you guys to take away from this. And yeah, this is going to be a really powerful, strong growth year for you guys. It's a very potent year. And for you guys, if you're wondering what type of change this is going to be, you may look up your astrology, find out your ascendant. So you have to know your birth time, and then you can find out where this eclipse that is happening in Sagittarius falls in your chart, which house it falls in, and what area of your life that governs. All the 12 houses in the astrology chart govern different areas of your life, so you guys can find out if that's in money or career or love or communication or whatever. So that might be something for you guys to look into if you guys are curious about where exactly in your chart this big eclipse might be changing, and this big change that may be happening in 2022. But I hope it really helped you guys. Also, please check out my link to Keen in my bio. I really hope you guys will take advantage of it. I call it my Christmas gift to you guys because it's such a crazy deal. I don't know how they afford that little special, but I love it for you guys. So I hope you guys will check it out. Also, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, and let me know in the comments if it resonated. And I will see you guys very soon for another reading. Sending you guys so much love and light. Take care, guys. Bye. Hey pile 3, so if you guys picked this purple cake, this is going to be your reading. I love the detail on this, from the cherry on top and the little whipped cream to the sprinkles on the side. It's just so colorful and so much fun, perfect for the holiday season. But anyway, let's get into your reading, guys. We got the 5 of Cups, Knight of Wands, 10 of Cups, 6 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, Sun, Judgment, Justice, and the 8 of Pentacles. So 2 sixes, first of all, which are all about kind of seeking harmony and learning to get along with others. And I feel like for you guys, a big thing coming through this year, first of all, is karma. Karma from other people. I feel like there have been people that have really done you wrong, and with Judgment and Justice coming in one after the other, a huge theme for you guys, I feel, is seeing karma play out. And some of you guys may have been screwed over by other people, and it's like Judgment Day, and they are going to have their day of judgment where they get punished. And so I feel like you guys are going to be blessed up in a lot of ways this year. First of all, financially, we've got a lot of pentacle energy coming right through. We've got the Sun, we've got the 10 of Cups. So this is a super positive reading. And what's interesting though is it starts with the 5 of Cups, which is actually a pretty negative card. So there may be a beginning of this year where it seems like things aren't going your way, or it seems like things are not working out, and you may be in like, oh, this always happens to me. I almost feel like for a lot of you guys, and you guys, I feel like you have a lot of similarity with pile 1. So if you felt at all called to pile 1, I would definitely recommend watching that as well, because you guys have a lot in common. But with the 5 of Cups starting out, I feel like you guys may start out the year with like a disappointment or something. And it may have been that kind of energy has been in your life for a while. Like it may be that thing that you guys are at the point where something bad happens and you're just like, okay, typical, like always happens to me. Someone's like, oh my God, I can't believe that blah, blah, blah happened to us. And you're like, oh, that doesn't faze me at all. Like you're with me. So of course bad stuff happens. Like that just always happens to me. But I feel like, again, this year, you're going to start seeing that change. You're going to start seeing the judgment happen and the karma happen. And if there was people who screwed you over and were really mean to you or have been not really taking you seriously, I feel like there's people around you that almost take you guys for granted. I feel like a lot of you guys are empathic and very sweet. And there's people around you that kind of leech off your energy, but don't pay you back. Like there are people around you that you would give them the world and you would do everything you could for them. And they're kind of like, oh yeah, they're nice, I guess. And they don't see your value and your power. And this year it's like they're gonna see it. And you guys are going to make, I feel like a lot of you guys are going to have a lot of money, and you're going to reach financial abundance and big success. Again, I think a lot of you guys should check out pile 1 because I'm seeing a lot of similar cards and a lot of other cards throughout the reading. So again, if you felt called to it, watch this and then watch pile 1. But you guys are, yeah, this may be a year of a lot of financial blessings. And I feel like it's a long time coming. I feel like you guys have been working hard. You guys have been in it, and you guys have had a lot of disappointment, and you're almost at the point where you're just so used to disappointment, you just expect it. Doesn't even make you bat an eyelash. You're just like, oh yeah, that's how it goes. And so I feel like that's really going to change. I feel like no one's going to be as surprised as you guys are about the success and abundance you guys have coming in this year. It's going to be like, you guys are more shocked than anyone else. And some people are going to be shocked because some people really underestimated you. And some people really thought that you were never really going to do anything, or you're not that important, or you're not that special. And they're going to be having to watch. What's coming to mind is Psalm 23 and the line, he prepareth a table in front of me in the presence of mine enemies, aka they have to watch because the table could be anywhere, right? Like there's no need to be so petty to make your enemies sit in the room, but that's what God is doing. God is petty like that, and that's what we love, like no disrespect men, but I'm just saying, like, it's like, when God wants people to see, he's going to make them see. He's not going to give you a table, but like it's far away from your enemies and they have no idea what's going on. He wants them to watch, especially when they acted badly and they were mean to someone that was in the, bright light energy, and they mess with you regardless, and they didn't really care, and they just treated you badly and stomped over you. Then God says, okay, you definitely are going to get to see this. Get a load of this. You're going to have a lot of fun watching, and Spirit wants them to see you guys having these blessings. So the idea of karma is coming through really big for you guys. That some of you guys have been treated really bad, and a lot of people also have underestimated you or just thought you could never do it. Maybe you had a goal in mind that you guys were trying to make happen, and you told people and they were like, oh, what do you think the chances are of that? Do you think you'll succeed. Like they totally thought that whatever you guys were working on was never going to work out, or maybe you kind of told them what they did and they just didn't take you seriously. They never saw you as someone who was really that special, really worth anything. Maybe they were polite to you, but they didn't really care. They didn't put any work in. And like, I feel like they're going to have to witness you guys now having a glow up moment. And that's coming through really strong, is like, you guys are gentle and you never really tried to hit back or make them feel bad. And that is where you build karma. As much as it may be hard to want to fight back and we want to like defend ourselves, we really get extra karma points when we just are kind of like, okay, treat me badly. And then Spirit's like, oh no, let me take this over. Because Spirit is kind of like that protective big sibling that, you know, even if you're the little sibling and you don't care that, you know, your classmate called you a loser, your big sibling is going to care. They're going to be like, they said what to you? Where are they? You know, that's how I was with my siblings. Like I would go ham if someone said anything bad about them. I'd want to like rip their head off. So it's like, that's what Spirit is. Like, it doesn't even matter if you guys aren't irritated by this stuff, because I feel like Spirit wants to set some people straight. So I do feel like you guys are going to have abundance coming in, and then I just keep getting karma. So I feel like there's people who have karma coming on them. And some of these stuff, it also might happen fast with the Knight of Wands. So it may be stuff that, like I said, you might have an initial disappointment and then it really flips really quickly. So also Bluebird Spirit, happiness, mindful, groupthink, watchers, transpersonal, stars in the sky, limitless possibility, caterpillar, opportunity, vanishing mirror, ego sublimation, deep quiet, meditation, and stillness. So with groupthink and watchers, I feel like you guys have a lot of people who watch you. This is where it's interesting, because I'm trying to get across something complicated that Spirit is showing me, which is something along the lines of, you have a lot of people paying attention to you that kind of track your every move, but those people don't fully see your potential. And it's really weird, because I'm like, why are they tracking you so much? It's almost like they take you for granted. It's almost like they can sense the energy that you have something special, but they don't see it themselves. Kind of like someone who goes to like an art museum and they don't really see the point of the art, but they're like, I guess I should be here. So I feel like you guys have hangers on that are around you that like don't get your vibe, don't get your, you know, your energy, but they know you're important, but they kind of take you for granted. It's kind of like if you've ever seen like someone who's like a young person, kind of up and coming, win an award at an award ceremony, and you can see there's a lot of older people in the audience that are kind of clapping but being like, who the heck is this? And they don't like appreciate the person's music or their look or their vibe. Maybe the person is doing something outside of the box, and all the old guard people at the award show are like, how did this person get in? But they're gonna clap and be respectful and be like, yay, we love you, but really they're thinking like, who is this loser? And that's kind of the vibe I feel like you have of people around you, that they see the success trajectory that hangs around you guys, but they don't get it. And they take you for granted, and they kind of just want to be with you for clout or for the attention or for the heat you guys get, because they can sense that you have this success energy coming in. You guys may have a lot of people paying attention to you just in general when you step out of the house. Some of you guys are very physically attractive, and you have people that just will like stare at you when you leave the house. And the people around you, they kind of like that. They kind of like that when they go out to eat with you, you're going to have people looking your direction, or people, you know, being like, who's that? That person's dressed really nicely or something, whatever. And so even though they don't get it, they're hanging out with you because other people like are drawn to you. Do you know what I mean? And that is like user energy. And I feel like that might be where some of the karma is coming, because I feel like you guys have a lot of people who watch you, but they kind of don't understand what you guys have got going on. Again, it's like someone who goes to see the Mona Lisa or something, but they don't really care, and they're like, what is this? Or goes to see a piece of modern art and doesn't get it, you know, like just doesn't, it doesn't mean anything to them. They don't care at all, but they're just going to post on Instagram like, I saw this art, just because they know other people will think it's cool. Other people will be like, oh, that's awesome that you went to a Picasso exhibit, but they don't care at all about Picasso. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's people that hang around you that don't get you, don't see what you're doing, and they still want to hang around you for the sake of clout, and those people I feel like are going to be punished, and Spirit is going to put them in their place and teach them a lesson about that, because I feel like Spirit is sick of this happening and going on. But you guys have a lot of opportunity to make a lot of money this year. That's coming in really strong. The financial success that you guys might be having this year, also the happiness. I feel like you guys are, this is a limitless possibility year. This is, you guys could make so many different things happen for yourselves. I feel like you guys have already kind of sublimated your ego. A lot of you guys are just very like, the energy I'm getting for you guys is like this chill expectancy, like almost like you know something important and special is going to happen, and you're just hanging around waiting to see what it is. But you're not an egotistical person, but you know you're special. You know what I mean? You're not full of an ego in a bad way of like, I think I'm the best and I'm better than everyone and I'm the only one who deserves to succeed. But you're like, I know I'm supposed to do something special in this world, and you just have like a quiet confidence in yourself. And I think that's going to pay off, and your actual finances are going to align with the energy you're already putting out. So you're going to have that money coming in. You're going to have that bank account that's stacked. You're going to have the financial success that you guys have been dreaming about, and you guys are willing to continue putting in the work. And that's one of the reasons I think you're going to have these opportunities. So other cards we got: Enchanted Fern Grotto, Refuge, Guardians of the Land, Protection, Maple Spirit, Generosity, Stag Spirit, Leadership, and Forest Temple, Enlightenment. So I feel like, yeah, you guys have a measure of protection from your spiritual team. Again, I feel like you guys are, you know, it's not that you guys are like these sweet little pushovers, because you're not, but you guys, I think, are pretty chill. I don't feel like you guys take offense, and sometimes it's like, maybe you should, because some of these people don't deserve to be around you, but you guys are so generous, and you're kind of like, whatever. And I actually don't think this is working against you. I think you guys have a lot of natural protection, and you guys will speak up for yourself if it comes down to it. So I don't think Spirit is bringing this up as like something that you guys need to change, like you guys need to stop tolerating this, because I think you guys do already have boundaries. And I feel like I might be like, what is that thing when you mix up words all the time? Like, I don't know, because I constantly mess up my sentences and like stick the endings onto the beginning or whatever. But anyway, sorry if it's distracting. But my point is that I feel like you guys do know how to stand up for yourself and stick up boundaries when you need to, but you also are very sweet and kind of unassuming. Like you're like, whatever, if that person's trying to use me, I don't really care that much. You don't like get bent out of shape easily. And I do feel like you guys are protected by your spiritual team. But I do think I wouldn't mind if you guys stuck up for yourselves a little bit earlier, or once you started like sensing that clout chase energy, you just cut them out quick. I wouldn't mind that change, but I don't think this is something that Spirit is bringing forward as like it needs to change now. So I wouldn't worry too much about it, but I do think this is one of the reasons why your spiritual team is bringing up karma, is because sometimes when the people have been really nasty to you, you guys haven't defended them, but your spiritual team is like, but we will. You might not want to get your hands dirty, but we don't mind at all. And so I feel like, again, you guys have turned the other cheek in a lot of occasions. And actually that's a pretty like advanced way to be. I'm not seeing it as hurting you guys at all. I'm not seeing it as a problem with you guys, because I feel like, again, you guys do have boundaries when you need to. So I guess they're just mentioning that, but I feel like you guys, yeah, you're kind of generous, but I feel like now you guys are stepping forward into more of a leadership role, into more of fully being in your power, and not shying away from it, and not running away from some of the financial abundance that I feel like is coming your way. So I turned on the light, guys, so hopefully you can see a little bit better. But yeah, there is a lot of enlightenment coming through. I feel like you guys are already very enlightened. It feels like a very enlightened group. And I feel like a lot of you guys have been going through a lot of spiritual growth anyway. You guys, like I said, have a very chill energy. It's almost like a Pisces vibe, or someone who has been around the block and like is not like fighting all the time. Not like you guys, I feel like when someone's mean or nasty to you, you guys just kind of, it keeps coming through. You guys must have had people I feel like hurt you, but it's like you guys have been very like understanding and tried to see the best in them and tried to not, get super angry about it. And I feel like your spiritual team sees this, wants you to know. Some of you guys may have strong Saturn in your chart, or a prominent Saturn, or something where, Saturn in the first house, or something Saturn in the 11th house, Saturn in the 7th house. I feel like you might have Saturn in a place where it's like dealing with other people. Or I don't know. Yeah, I feel like you just have Saturn in your 4th house maybe, but I feel like there are people around you who have treated you really badly over and over, and you guys just take a very almost philosophical attitude towards it. You're just kind of like, oh, okay, that's fine. And I feel like your spiritual team wants to step up. They're acknowledging how mature you guys are, but they're also saying like, it's time for a little payback. So we also got Milky Way perspective, and I'm seeing that guy from Taken where he says like, I have a very particular set of skills, and I will find you and I will catch you, or whatever he says. And I feel like that's your spiritual team, to be honest. That's what they're bringing to my mind. So we got Milky Way perspective, love, compassion, DNA, karma, green man, synergy, rainbow, blessings. So I feel like, again, karma keeps coming through. As I mentioned to you guys before, that is just a major theme for you guys this year. So if you guys have had people treat you really badly and you guys have been kind of feeling down about that, or wondering why exactly people would be so cruel or be so mean to you, or wondering why you haven't seen any consequences from that, I do feel like that is going to shift and change, and you guys are going to be able to watch that happen this year. So that's a real blessing, I feel, when it comes to when people do us wrong. I love seeing karma play out. I gotta be honest, I'm a little petty and I love to see it. And so you also got synergy. So I feel like it's almost like with synergy, you guys have been working your own energy towards this for a long time, where you guys have been aligning yourselves with this energy of wealth, and now Spirit is going to take the lead and align you on the other side. So it's almost like you've been doing your part. I feel like a lot of you guys have been working on your manifestations. A lot of you guys have been doing spiritual work, maybe making a vision board or doing stuff to make yourself aligned with success energy. And now it's going to happen. Now Spirit's going to take that baton. I'm seeing two people in like a relay where one person has the baton and they've been running with it, and now they hand it over to the second person. And so it's like that's Spirit kind of taking over. They're kind of acknowledging like, you've done a lot and we've seen it, and now you kind of pass a lot of these tests and we're taking it over. So I don't know if that's going to happen right away, because remember, we got the 5 of Cups right away. Some of you guys might have to leave a situation at the beginning of the year. You might have to move out, some of you guys, or quit a job, or leave something behind, end a relationship, end a friendship. But I do feel like then you're going to see the blessings come in a little bit later on. So look out for that. The beginning of the year may be kind of like trickier or whatever. And then I feel like later on in the year, it's going to be a lot easier. So yeah. Yeah, a lot of blessings coming in. I feel like, yeah, we're talking wealth, we're talking abundance. So we also got victory. Wow, cornucopia, thinking woman, and man holding a coin. So victory, like I said, karma. There's something in this about you people. I don't even think you guys have been trying to fight. I feel like people have been secretly trying to backstab you, or secretly haven't been on your side, and maybe they pretended like they were. They might have pretended to be on your side, like they supported you, but they secretly haven't been. Or they may have directly come up against you and directly been kind of shady or done nasty stuff that has made you suffer. Some of you guys might have had people that like dumped stress on you in a way, like people that, at work delegated everything to you, or took advantage of you, or like you might have had even people who were just mean to you out in public, or were selfish around you, or something like that. But I do feel like you're going to have this victory, and they're going to have to witness you guys doing so well. They're going to have to witness you guys coming into your success and abundance, and they're going to have to know that that you guys got the success and they didn't. So I think that for you guys, a lot of this is going to be a lot of fun to watch, and it may have to do with your money situation. With cornucopia coming in and with all these wealth cards, a lot of you guys are going to be in here for success, and man holding a coin, of course, also about money. So yeah, money, money, money is coming to mind. You guys may be seeing a lot of inflow from a business or from a career. If you guys have a side hustle, it might start blowing up, or you might get promoted. But I do feel like some of you guys are going to be aligned with wealth energy, and you're going to see this success come in really fast. And you guys with thinking woman, you're going to have a lot of these cards have been talking about like kind of like perspective, thinking woman. Like you guys are already very smart. I feel you guys already know a lot of these laws of the universe. A lot of you guys are spiritually wise. You've been working on your abundance. You've been working on your manifestation. You've kind of known what to do, and you've been doing it for a while. And I always think sometimes someone will start and the money comes, the blessing, the whatever they're trying to manifest comes in quick, comes in fast. But a lot of times what I've noticed is first there's multiple steps to like manifestation. And first you got to align yourself. You got to do the work for a while. Spirit kind of needs to see that like you're taking it seriously. You got to pass a lot of tests, and it's like a process. And then you finally get to the money at the end. So I feel like this is what you guys have in common with pile one, is that you've been working towards this for a while. You've been doing what you're supposed to do, and we're going to see the payoff this year. So we also got clarity, life purpose, prosperity, inspiration, dreams, passion, healing. So a lot of you guys have already been in healing energy. A lot of you guys have already had clarity, I think. I honestly don't think this is my pile that is going to be learning a lot spiritually, because I feel like you guys have already learned so much. You guys already have a lot of spiritual knowledge for a long time. So it's not like you guys are the newbies that are finally going to figure things out. You guys have figured things out for a long while. And so this is just about the payoff actually happening, and you guys seeing the actual manifestation of that and the actual final fruition of it. I do think also with dreams, some of you guys are going to have dreams coming true. Prosperity, dreams, passion. Like I feel like this is a real blessing year for you guys. You guys also may be getting into relationships. I feel like some of these relationships for some of you guys may even be like short term. Like it may be that you guys are getting into relationships that just are really fun and kind of awaken your sexual energy and fulfill that sexual side of you, and help you guys work on your manifestation and stuff. And I feel like these relationships is almost like they're going to be fun. They're going to be thrilling. You guys are going to really enjoy them, and they're just going to put you in a really high vibrational state. Like you guys are going to have relationships that you just are fun, just are enjoyable. You know, it could also be like a love relationship for some of you guys, but only for some of you. So yeah, I feel like for dating relationships, this is a really positive, enjoyable year, whether you guys want to make it serious or keep it more lighthearted. So other cards we got, back to the tarot: 10 of Cups, 5 of Swords, the Chariot, the Empress, 5 of Cups again, the World, Knight of Wands, Page of Cups, and the Star. Wow. So I just love this for you guys. So we got the Empress, we got the Star, we got the World, so much positive energy. So yeah, this is your year, you guys. A lot of you guys are going to be in for so much success, abundance this year. Some of you guys may be traveling as well. This is movement this is really strong positive momentum forward in the right direction. So if you guys have been trying to manifest something or hoping that it will blow up, I feel like it will this year. I feel like you guys will be in positions of authority and respect. Some of you guys may be taking center stage as the Star. You may be putting yourself out there online or in some kind of public capacity or of some way. But I definitely feel like this is fulfillment and abundance moving in the right direction. 10 of Cups can talk about, you know, really having that kind of family structure or moving towards that kind of ideal life with like the home and the family and the whole everything, you know, a nice financial situation, a nice family life. So, but we also got the Knight of Wands, which is kind of like that sexy relationship. So I feel like you guys have the option. If you guys wanted to manifest a soulmate this year, you absolutely could. If you wanted to date around and keep it kind of light and keep it kind of fun, you also could. And both of those would be fulfilling for you guys. So it's kind of up to you. I feel like there are two people within this group. So choose your adventure, right? You get to decide which one you guys want to go to. What's interesting is we got the Five of Cups again and the Five of Swords, which to me reminds me of that kind of shady energy I've been picking up on, of people that are around you but don't fully appreciate you or don't fully understand what you guys do. It's kind of like what I'm seeing is like a little toddler doing a dance for their grandparent or something, and the grandparent is like, "Oh, that's nice, dear," you know, and they don't really mean it. They don't really think anything special with the toddler. They're just kind of humoring them. And I feel like you have people around that towards you, where you guys have presented this dream or vision you guys have that you guys want to take over the world with, and people are like, "Oh yeah, it'll be fine. That's cute that you have a dream," but they don't really think you can succeed. They don't really have the vision you have. And I do feel like Spirit is going to have them watch you guys make these things happen. So not only are you going to actually experience the success, but you're kind of going to get that satisfaction of seeing someone realize like, oh, I totally underestimated them. Because the people that are underestimating you, it's like they are not acting right. You know, they are not seeing the vision in the way they should if they were truly plugged into Spirit. And so I feel like there's almost a little bit of karma and punishment for the way they've looked down on you in their mind, the way they've taken you for granted, the way they've just thought like, oh, they're not that special. And so Spirit is going to bring them out through with that karma. And I feel like you guys are going to be stepping into your Empress energy, moving forward very strongly. Some of you guys also may be finding a new house, new living situation with the Ten of Cups. If you guys want a new living situation, I feel like you guys might be able to have that happen. Yeah, I feel like you guys are going to be moving ahead really quick with this stuff. Your life is going to be changing really quickly. Knight of Wands is fast moving energy. So yeah, this is about you. And didn't we get that in the first? Did we? I don't want to like go through all these, but I thought we might have gotten the Knight of Wands. Anyway, sorry guys. I know this was so pretty before I messed it up, but maybe not. Anyway, oh, we did. Yeah. Oh, wow. So that came through twice. Okay, now this is a total mess. But yeah, so the Knight of Wands is talking about you guys having a lot of enthusiasm this year. You guys having a lot of like energy and moving forward really quickly. So I do feel like for you guys, things are going to be moving quick this year. And I feel like you guys are going to have a lot of natural vitality to kind of get through things. I feel like you guys are going to be having to move ahead strongly. It's like almost like, okay, you said you wanted a successful business, right? But like now we're going to test that out because like things are going to be happening fast. Things are going to be going quickly. So suddenly you may have said like, oh, I wanted to run a successful company, but do you actually have what it takes to be working until 3 a.m. or to be making that bank, and suddenly you're super in demand and like, you know, you have to fulfill like 10 times the amount of product? It's going to be a little bit of a test and like pushing you forward. But I feel like there is going to be a ton of natural energy that you guys have, and you guys are going to be so in love with your life and with your career and whatever the success is, that you guys are going to be super happy about it. You're not going to be exhausted. You're not going to be like, oh, I hate this. You're going to be really enjoying it. But it also could be this romantic figure entering your life that is really good in bed, really, really charming, really has a lot of sexual magnetism to them. So it may be relationships where you guys kind of aren't that serious, but you're really enjoying yourself. Or it could be one person that's coming in, but they're just very sexually charged, very attractive, very energetic, very flirty. But yeah, I feel like you guys, it's almost like I'm seeing someone going out and enjoying the nightlife and having fun, and you know what I mean? That kind of fast-paced life for you guys. So other cards we got: purity, stillness, enlightenment, change, openness, and love. So I feel like for you guys, yeah, there's a lot of change coming in. A lot of you guys have already been very enlightened. And now we're moving forward into this stage of seeing the blessings come in. And the only thing I'll say, and this is what I also told pile 1, which I think a lot of you guys should watch, but only if you felt called to it, but is, be open to however this may manifest. Because sometimes we have a very strict idea of how we want things to be in our mind, and how spirit actually plays it out maybe even better than we wanted. It's kind of like before I had ever been to Europe, I'd never had anything that was like hazelnut flavored. And so the first time I ever tried something hazelnut flavored, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like this. And of course, now it's like my favorite flavor. I love Nocciola is the name of like the gelato. And I know I'm totally butchering that for all the Italians that watch this. But I don't want to even attempt, because I'm sure I'd have to do like the full accent to try. But that's my favorite gelato flavor, is if there is Nocciola. I always get that. I love like gelato. It's one of my favorite foods. And if they have the hazelnut, I'm like all about it. But before I'd ever had hazelnut, I was like, oh, what is that? It doesn't even sound good, And by the way, if you don't know what hazelnut flavor is, it's in Nutella. So now we have it a lot more in the US, but when I had first gone to Italy, it wasn't really very common here at all. And so anyway, now it's like my ultimate favorite flavor. And if I see hazelnut anything, that's what I always get. Hazelnut desserts, hazelnut anything, I'm just all the way in. And so my point is, sometimes we have this idea in our mind that like something has to look a certain way or be a certain way, but spirit has an even better thing in store for us. You can think, I think we all have like a food that we didn't really want to try, and then we try it and we're just like, oh my God, it's so good. And it's almost like one of those things where we've got to be willing to take that risk and try that new food, or understand that just because it's not something we've seen on the menu before doesn't mean we're going to hate it. So I do think for you guys, you need to be a little bit open. You need to be a little bit putting yourself out there and waiting for the good stuff to come in, and not pushing it away just because it didn't look exactly like you guys had expected it to. But I think you guys have kept your like very pure soul, and I think spirit is acknowledging that and going to bring in the blessings now for you, so that you guys can actually see that the work you've been doing has been 100% on the right track. And now it's time for the rewards. Now it's time for the blessings. Now it's time for the business to go really well. And if you guys want love, I think it's up to you guys. I think you guys are also like master manifestors, so you can really decide exactly how you want this year to go. I do think your blessings is a major theme, but if you want it to be in love or relationships, you can choose that. If you want it to be in career, you can choose that as well. So I do think there's an aspect of it being up to you guys. But yeah, I think that's all the messages I have for pile 3. Spirit, is that all you wanted me to say? I think that's it. They just said get ready, because I think that this change is going to happen fast. It's going to happen quick, and be ready to pivot at the beginning of the year, because with that 5 of Cups, I do think some of you guys are going to have to leave certain things behind. Some of you guys, I'm hearing, are going to have to change where you live, but I do think there's so much more blessings coming in for the rest of the year that's going to take up the vast majority of your attention, and you guys are going to be really plugged into your career and really enjoying your career and this new romantic relationship as well. I feel like spirit wants you to have a little bit of fun this year, and that might be why they're bringing you Knight of Wands, because that's a lot of fun, very sexy, very exciting energy. So yeah, I feel like this will be just a great, enjoyable year. And definitely check out pile 1 if you guys feel called to it. I just keep bringing that up because you guys had so much in common, and I feel like there's going to be a ton of overlap between the groups. But I really hope that helped you guys. Make sure to leave a comment. Tell me how it resonated. Also make sure to like, and if you want to guys check out my Keen reading, you can. It's $1.99 for 10 minutes, so it's a link in my bio, and I really love Keen. They're an amazing company, so I hope you guys will check it out. And yeah, make sure to like and subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will see you guys in the next reading. Take care, guys. Bye. Hey pile 4, so if you guys pick this orange cake, this is going to be your reading. I love this mango and all the detailing, the shading on it, and the cute details on the dollop of whipped cream. They did a really good job with the sprinkles as well. It's a super colorful, fun cake. I would totally eat this. I love funfetti cake and stuff. And we do have our little artificial lighting because these take a while to film and it gets dark so early. I don't have time to film everything. But anyway, hopefully you guys can still see really well. Let's get into your pile. We got the 6 of Wands, the Hierophant, the 10 of Pentacles, the World, the Ace of Swords, the 9 of Pentacles, the 8 of Swords, the 10 of Wands, the 2 of Wands, Hanged Man, and the Sun. So I feel like, first of all, some of you guys who have been working on a career that would involve some kind of public sphere or some kind of art or something like that, you guys are going to be stepping forward more into that, and there is going to be some acclaim for you with that. I feel like whoever you guys are, whatever kind of field you're in, there is going to be some kind of acclaim or recognition you guys do end up getting this year. There's going to be people who see your value and who maybe you wouldn't have ever thought would notice you. You know, you catch their eye or something about you draws their attention in. So there is going to be public recognition coming in for you guys. I also feel like this may lead to financial success for you guys. We got a lot of financial success cards. So that's definitely a huge deal. Also, travel with the world. You guys may be traveling somewhere or moving somewhere to like a different destination, but I'm definitely getting a travel vibe. Another thing that's coming in super strong is this idea of reconciliation, possibly with an ex, although it may be with like a family member or something like that. But I do feel like you guys are going to have someone coming back from your past who is going to be into you, or who is going to make an apology, or someone that you may have thought was gone for good who's going to come back, and you guys are going to be possibly open to it. With the Hanged Man, you may be reconsidering it. You may not be as resistant to it as you thought you once were. So yeah, I feel like you guys have some changes coming in, a lot of success. Ace of Swords talks about being successful at kind of whatever you try. But I feel like for you guys, this is going to be a year where you're stepping forward more into the spotlight. Some of you guys so I read these as all upright. They didn't all come out upright, but I'm reading them as upright. But I'm feeling like with the Hierophant, because the Hierophant can talk a lot about kind of like traditional institutions and stuff. But I'm getting a vibe that for some of you, you guys are going against that. You're doing some career that may be non-traditional. So it may be like into art or putting something out on YouTube or on Instagram. I feel like there's going to be some kind of public recognition. Maybe some of you guys are in a very traditional field. Maybe you're a lawyer, but you're going to have your moment in the spotlight in front of the judge, and you're going to get some acclaim. Like maybe, you know, the case will be featured on a news story and people are like, wow, this person did really good. But I just feel like there's acclaim coming in. And for a lot of you guys, it corresponds to creativity or your creative work that you guys are going to be doing. Something like music, art, performing, public speaking, or YouTube creation or acting, or, you know, something like that, something in the creative arts realm. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be traveling, exploring different cultures this year. You might even learn about a culture that you've had no idea about. Like you might suddenly decide that you're really interested in like Indonesian culture and suddenly learn all about that, or culture of Denmark, Danish culture. Yeah, I feel like you guys, it's almost like this, you guys are very open this year, I feel. And it's almost like new experiences are going to be coming to you that you had no idea about before. So let's get into some of your other cards. So we got Wailing Tree, Reconciliations, Joyful Muse, Inspiration, Dream Thief, Refusal of the Call, Netcaster, Preparations Come to Fruition, Many Masks, The Authentic Self. Okay, so these make a lot more sense with the Hierophant coming out upright. So for some of you guys, you have been going along with what people expect of you. You guys have been trying to conform to some idea of like, okay, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to become a doctor, or you're supposed to become an accountant, or you're supposed to be, you know, working at a 9-to-5 job. And if you come forward with like some of your ambitions that are outside the scope of that, people in your life would judge you. And so you guys are kind of wearing a mask. You guys are kind of going along to get along, even though it doesn't really fulfill that pure desire of your heart, you know, your pure sense of purpose in this lifetime. And so I feel like some of you guys, you have been afraid of other people's judgment. You have been afraid of what they're going to say to you. You've been afraid of them, you know, looking at you like, ugh, this person's kind of weird. Why did they do that? You know, or like, they're just, I don't know, I'm hearing like theater kid or art kid or something. Like some of you guys may even have trauma associated with your creativity. Maybe you doodled a lot in school and teachers would get you in trouble, or you guys really wanted to be in the acting in the school play, but like all those kids got made fun of, so you didn't do it. Or you want to put out your TikTok dances or something, but you're afraid that people are going to think like, what a loser, or this person wants attention, or whatever. And I feel like that is going to be a theme of this year, is stepping out of that and not being afraid of people's judgment. And if them judge, let them judge. I'm hearing that line from, I love the song, I forget what it's called, but Kanye West says in it, and if they judge, then let them judge, and let the money pile up, and watch the money pile up. If you guys know that song, leave it in the comments. I'm totally blanking on the name. It may be Got Money, but no, I don't think so. But anyway, oh, it's Good Life. Yeah. And if they judge, then let them judge, and let the money pile up. So exactly. It's like, you know what? Judge away. Are you paying my bills? Do you have any, you know, say in like my taxes, my living situation? No, then shut up, and you don't get an opinion. So yeah, I feel like for you guys, it's going to be stepping forward into that energy and not caring so much about what they have to say. Because I do think any person that accomplishes something in this world, sadly, there's always going to be haters. There's like random people that hate, like, you know, like a journalist or some like, you know, scientist, or like you don't even have to be controversial to have someone hate you, you know? So it's like just know that like that's part of life. That's part of just how it goes. And so unless you're like literally not doing anything and living under a rock, you're gonna have people hating on you, saying that what you're doing is stupid or embarrassing or cringe. So part of it is just stepping forward and not being afraid to feel that judgment. I feel like you guys are gonna do this year. Another thing with Wailing Tree reconciliation, I do think you guys may have a loved one coming back. It may be that you guys had I'm hearing frizzen or friction, or I don't know, like, I don't know what the word is that's coming through, but it's like or is it fissure? That's what it is. Fissur. I hope that's how you spell it. But like, it's like, I feel like you guys have come apart. I'm seeing like a land, like I don't know, like a glacier detaching from the land, or, you know, and sailing off into the ocean, or like a crack in the ground and like the two sides separate. And I feel like this may be coming back together. So there may be some apology stepping forward, or someone coming in with an offer, or someone saying like, I messed up. It may be romantic in nature. It may be someone who is from your past romantically that's really missing you and has been tamping down on that instinct to reach out to you, and suddenly they're like, I can't hold it in anymore. Screw it. I'm going to reach out. Yeah, because as I was playing, like shuffling cards, I don't always listen to music, but today I called on Spirit to like play music while I shuffle, because it takes me a while to shuffle and it's really boring anyway. And Spirit started playing all these breakup songs, and I'm like, what is this? Like this, like, you know, breakup playlists you have for like a breakup, and I'm like, why is this stuff playing? Like, what the heck? And I was like, I don't know. No one's coming to my mind as like someone from my past thinking of me. And then I was like, I wonder if this is for pile 4. So I think it is. I think that they were saying that you guys may have someone from your past, because these were more romantic songs. But then a song did come up that reminded me of a sibling. So for some of you guys, I feel like Spirit is clarifying that it could be someone from your family that you may have cut off, or a friendship, or a romantic. I'm getting for most of you it would be romantic, but there may also be some people who have cut off someone. And it's almost like I feel like this person, many of them may have actually changed, which is rare. Most people don't change, but some of them may step forward to you with a genuine apology. And I feel like, I feel like a lot of you guys will be open to it. So I don't think it will be an apology from someone that you have cut out that you're like, absolutely not, never. I feel like this would be an apology from someone that, you know, you guys had a falling out, but there was a miscommunication or something, separation, but the love is still there on both sides. So I don't think you would be like mad to hear from them. I feel like it would be a relief. I feel like you guys will be like, ah, okay. And maybe you guys will talk it out. Maybe there will be a like back and forth about like, you did this, no, I did that, blah, 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 blah. But like, it needs to have, it would be good. I do think this feels good. It doesn't feel like really bad. It doesn't feel negative. Yeah. And I feel like with Dream Thief, you know, Spirit is calling out that some of these people who have tried to shame or make you feel weird about your gifts, like they're trying to steal your dream, and there is no need to listen to that. It's stupid to let someone take away your dream. We only get one life to live, and you know, Spirit puts these dreams in our heart. So if you guys feel this calling to do a certain type of art or to be creative, you know, Joyful Muse, it's all about creativity. And if you feel that urge to, you know, be creative in some way, then that's a gift from Spirit, and you guys should listen to it really hard. You shouldn't run away from it, and you're going to really regret it if at the end of your life you didn't pursue something that Spirit has given to you, because that is something that is holy and beautiful and so special. So other things we got: Spirit Guard of Spring activation, Raven Spirit Truth, Wise Woman of the Grove Grace, Blueberry Fairy Gratitude, and Bluebird Spirit Happiness. So a lot of blue in here. Maybe that's a color for some of you guys. But yeah, so there's going to be, I feel like you guys are going to be giving grace to someone, maybe exchanging some truths with them. Maybe there was a misunderstanding. I feel like for some of you guys, you had this falling out with someone where like you guys didn't communicate correctly, and there was some like stuff that was just hidden. And I feel like almost like if it gets brought out into the light, then you guys are gonna be like, oh my God, it was so not a big deal. Like, I totally understand your side. And it's gonna be like a relief to have just put that behind you. It's not gonna be like they're actually doing you dirty and hiding secrets, and the more you find out, the angrier you get. It's going to be the opposite. Like, the more you find out, the more you're like, oh my God. Okay, so it wasn't a big deal, you know? So yeah, I think this is going to be a positive thing, a relief. It's going to be a happy reunion. It's not going to be sad or like, I can't believe this person came back, they're so toxic, they won't leave me alone. It's gonna be like happy to, you know, get this all on the table and to be reunited with them. Yeah, and there's a lot of happiness this year. You guys got a lot of really positive cards. You got the Sun, and now we have happiness, we have activation, and then you guys got so many Pentacle cards. So I do feel like this is a year of abundance. You guys are probably going to be doing well in your career. I feel like you guys are going to be making money. Possibly some of you guys are going to be making a lot of wealth. I mean, we got the 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles, I think. Another high Pentacle card. May have been the King of Pentacles, but I know you guys got those 2 major Pentacle cards. So this is going to be a very fulfilling year for you guys financially. Let me see if I can find out what exactly it was. 10 of Pentacles. So you got the 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. So yeah, this is going to be culmination of the work you put in to your business, to your job. This is going to be financial culmination. So there is going to be financial abundance. It's going to be a good year financially for you guys. I feel like you're going to be moving forward with your career in a really positive direction. So other cards we got are travel, career, peace, friendship, passion, and dreams. So for some of you guys, this is about achieving your dreams. You may have had, you know, a little dream that was put in your head when you were little, like, I want to be an actor, or I want to be a singer. And I feel like this is the year that you no longer hold it back or hide it from yourself. It may be about rediscovering that passion that you once had for something that maybe now, you know, maybe some people might make you feel is uncool or something, but you are rediscovering that part of yourself. That's a sacred and holy part of yourself. And I do think for a lot of you guys, this could be a big success. We got the 6 of Wands, which is about public recognition, public success, public celebration of you. So I do think that this could be a career move, whatever you're doing with your art or whatever dream Spirit has put in your heart. Know that that will be supported by Spirit, and that you guys, I feel people are going to recognize that this comes from your soul. When people make art from their soul, like, it comes through. I was never really a fan of Picasso. I didn't really get his work. And then I actually went in person to see his actual museum in Antibes, and his work is incredible. In person, you feel the energy that he put into his paintings. And I was never a fan, didn't even want to go, but it's like one of the only things to do in Antibes, to be honest. So I was like, okay, I'll go. And I left like a huge fan. I'm not like a super fan because I prefer other forms of art, I guess, like just, you know, Hudson River School is my fave. But to me, I left being like, wow, it was so emotional. Like his work is very deep. And I feel like that's what I'm saying is like, anyone who makes art from their soul, even if you wouldn't necessarily buy it or it's not your cup of tea or whatever, you can still feel that they injected some part of their soul into it and that there's some emotional core behind it. And I feel like that's the case with your art or whatever you guys are trying to produce. Like you guys have this very special quality to you that, you know, a lot of these gifts that you guys have is given from God, and you're supposed to put that out there, and it will help the world to raise their vibrations by whatever this is. And so I feel like for some of you guys, you might not even realize that maybe you make some like stupid little comic and post it on Instagram, but it cheers up someone's whole day, or you write something. Maybe it's nothing super deep. Maybe it's like a fanfic or something, but it completely, someone falls in love with it and it means a lot to them and they absolutely love it. So I feel like for you guys, this is about returning to some of those gifts and really using them. And that gives you a deep, deep sense of fulfillment. But also I feel like you guys may keep your other career. You guys may have two careers where you're working on your art on one hand, but you're also getting that traditional paycheck. And I feel like for you guys, that is going really, really well. There is a lot of abundance there. There's a lot of success there. There's a lot of positive recognition there. And things are just kind of trucking along, heading in the right direction. Money is not an issue. I think money is going really well for you guys. And you may be traveling as well. So we brought that up earlier. You did get the world. So that's talking about, you know, you guys, like I said, maybe exploring new cultures. Maybe you've never been to some part of the world and suddenly you decide to book a plane ticket, you know, or suddenly you, like someone drags you to a type of restaurant that you've never had that type of cuisine before, but you fall in love and it's like the best food you've ever had in your life. You know, it might be some food that's not super common as like takeout food in your area. You know, maybe here in the US it might be like, I don't know, I feel like Ethiopian food isn't super common everywhere, but it's really good. So, you know, it may be something that like you wouldn't normally think of as like, oh, I'm just gonna go to this type of restaurant, but when you go, you love it and you suddenly want to learn everything about the culture or something like that. But I do feel like you guys are gonna be traveling and having like a good time. I do feel like some of you guys are going to be just having a lot of friends around. This could be the reconciliation energy that I was picking up on, or it just could be a good solid friend group. A lot of you guys are just going to have a good year. Like this is going to be fun. It's going to be like you have your job, you like that. Maybe you go hit up like a yoga class afterwards, and then maybe you go out with friends and get drinks. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like I'm getting the feeling of like a well-rounded life. Like it's not too extreme in one direction or another. It's just like positive. Like you guys will look back on this year and be like, that was a really good year. I had a great summer. You know, I'm getting images of my summer in my like 20s that were so fun, like early 20s when I was just kind of running around my college town and like, you know, being young and wild. And it's like, I feel like that's kind of the energy, whatever your age. Like I feel like you just have a really stacked, busy, fruitful life. And so, yeah, I feel like this is just really positive for you guys. So other cards we got: Gateway, Forgiveness, Going Forward, and Trust. I feel like you guys may be vacationing in places that look like this. Honestly, that was what came to my mind. Like you guys might be going to tropical locations, like the Maldives or Bora Bora or something like that, like a beautiful beach, or like a hot setting is what I keep feeling, like hot. But I feel like, yeah, you guys are just moving your career forward. Some of you guys may be like having like a good financial plan, like a good 401k, or investing in, you know, Bitcoins, or, you know, doing a lot of different, like financial investment strategies. So I feel like, yeah, for you guys, this is a good year financially. This is a good time to move your financial level ahead. You know, maybe you are working with stocks or something like that, but I do feel like there is an abundant energy around you guys, and you guys are stepping through this gateway into this kind of new life. But forgiveness is coming up again. So I do feel like you guys are going to be open to forgiving someone. They're going to be stepping forward and kind of apologizing to you. I feel like maybe some of them did something wrong, but they also want to tell you certain things that I feel like if you knew all their intentions, you wouldn't be so upset with them, is what they're kind of telling me. So I feel like there's this big forgiveness energy coming forward, and I feel like you guys are going to be open to that. So for those of you guys who are like, absolutely not, I know who this is, and no, then don't let it stress you out. You guys always have the option to block them out. I know there are people that, you know, if they tried to apologize to me, I would be like, thank you, bye, you know, I'm not interested, but I appreciate it. And as, you know, don't let the door hit you, as where the good Lord split you, or as Outcast says, let bygones be bygones and you can go and get the hell on. I love that line. So, you know, it's fine if you don't want to be around someone and you are completely like committed that like you don't want to be with this person, you are done, then absolutely, that is totally cool, and don't worry about it, and you can just block their number in advance, or, you know, have the satisfaction of hanging up on them, or have the satisfaction of saying like thank you so much when they send you like some long apology text and nothing else. Or like, I appreciate that, I appreciate the apology, and not saying anything else other than that, and keeping them blocked out of your life. That is totally cool. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're going to be excited to get this, and there's going to be a happy reunion. I think you guys are going to be pleased to be reunited. Like, I feel like a lot of you guys, you had fun with this person, you enjoyed their energy, you guys were kind of like two peas in a pod, or yeah, like you guys were mischievous together, you had fun, you understood each other. So it's almost like you've been missing this person, I feel, for a lot of you, and when they come back into your life, you're going to be really thrilled about it. You're going to be like, okay, it feels like I said, it felt like the ground split between you guys or something, and now you're fixed back together where you belong. So I think a lot of you guys are going to be happy about this, but of course it's up to you. And if you don't want anything to do with them, then don't worry and just ask your angels to keep them far away from you. So Ace of Swords, Five of Swords, Three of Swords, Emperor, Queen of Cups, and King of Pentacles. So again, more success energy coming in with King of Pentacles now, and the Queen of Cups and the Emperor. I mean, these are all regal royalty cards. So yeah, you guys are going to be very, like I said, I feel like it's an emotionally fulfilled year. Some of you guys may be dealing with some of this heartbreak from the past, and that may be what the Three of Swords is, as well as the Five of Swords, is you felt like this person kind of betrayed you, or didn't treat you right and kind of broke your heart. But I do think that this is going to be an energy of you guys being happy with how it turns out. So if that means keeping them out of your life, that's fine. But if that means you do want a reunion with them, I think then it would be a happy reunion. But with the Ace of Swords, it really shows that you guys can accomplish whatever it is you want to accomplish this year. You guys have so much power with you. With Emperor and King of Pentacles, I feel like you guys are accumulating a lot of respect. Like, you guys have reached the point, maybe you've been at your current job for a while or something, and now you're getting more power, you're getting more perks, you guys are getting more money as well, and people are starting to kind of defer to you a little bit. Like, you guys have this air of authority about you, I feel. People are starting to realize how much you guys bring to the table, and I feel like there's an energy of really wanting to like show you respect, kind of a thing. Like, people that may in the past have not listened to you, or may have thought like, oh, this person's really young, or they don't really, I don't know, they don't seem that intimidating. They're starting to have seen like your track record, that you guys pull off and carry off things every time, and they're starting to just be like, okay, it's time for me to defer to this person. It's time for me to listen to them. So I feel like you guys get more and more authority. People see you as an authority figure, and you guys are transitioning into that stage where maybe before you guys had a little bit of ingenue energy, and people may have even taken advantage of you or thought like, oh, this person's too young. I don't respect them, kind of a thing. And now it's like they really see how much you guys bring to the table. And I'm hearing how some of you guys are just indispensable to the team. Like things wouldn't be able to flow or work without you. And so you guys are bringing that, and people are seeing that, and people are starting to put those puzzle pieces together of like, when they took that week-long vacation last year, like everything fell apart. And when they're here, everything goes so smoothly. So people really are seeing you and like not taking you for granted anymore. And so I feel like because of that, you have more power now. Whereas before, maybe if you had made like a small request, like, hey, could you guys maybe stock this kind of coffee or something, I don't know, something easy, people would be like, well, no, we can't. And now it's like, sure, yeah, we'll do it, So maybe you guys might have a special request or something that you've been trying to make happen in the office, or something pops up where you're like, hey, could I switch around these dates? And before it would have been a big deal, and probably they would have said no. And now they're going to say yes, and they're going to support you in that. So I think that's something you guys really enjoy, is like kind of like this new status as far as your job goes. So other cards we got are Angel of Love, Storm Warning, Contract, Attachment, Door to Value. So more door to value, more talk about you guys having a lot of money this year and the money coming in. With contract and attachment, I'm feeling like this person that's coming back with an apology, it may be someone that you had a soul contract with, or someone you knew in a past life. You guys do feel very attached, as I mentioned. The energy between you guys seems like a pretty strong tether. And I mentioned before that I feel like you really miss this person. I feel like you genuinely miss them, and it feels like a bit of an absence in your life with them gone. So you guys may have had a soul contract or a connection on the other side, and that may be why you miss them so much. You're attached to them. You guys have a strong connection. So I feel like when they come back with the apology, there's going to be that sense of like, oh, okay, things are back how it's supposed to be. I'm almost seeing an image of like a little kid who loses their teddy bear and they're crying nonstop. And then, mom brings the teddy bear back and they're finally relaxed and they're chilled out and they're like, oh, yay, my teddy bear is here. And so I do think that for you guys, while it may have been really stressful to be in separation, you're going to be relieved by this apology and just relieved to have them back. With attachment and storm warning, some of you guys, maybe this person is a little bit toxic, and maybe it is something to be aware of. Maybe they do like to fight, or they are a little chaotic. But honestly, I feel like for most of you guys, you're very attached to them, and you tend to feel happy around them. So I feel like maybe you guys had fights in the past or something, and that may be something you have to look out for. But I think that this person and you guys feel like two peas in a pod. Like it feels like you guys are very attached to each other, very like almost like twin souls or something, twin flames. Like I feel like you guys almost feel like sibling energy, which I always associate with twin flames. Like it's like you guys feel like you have a lot of fun together. So some of you guys, this may be a sibling or a friend or something, but I just feel like you're going to be so happy to have them back. I'm almost hearing like tears of joy. It's almost like you guys have been at an impasse and you haven't wanted to step forward towards them. I don't know how I pronounce that word, and when they come back, you're going to be like, oh my God, yes, they finally did it. Like I was waiting for them to. And so, yeah, I feel like you guys are going to be really relieved by this, really thrilled. And I feel like you guys have been missing them. And that might be why this year is coming through as very joyful for you guys, really positive, like a relief, like just a good year. I'm hearing it was a very good year. So I think by Frank Sinatra. But anyway, like it seems like it's just a positive, happy year. And you know what? I'm also hearing the name of the book by Peter Mayle, which is like A Good Year. I don't think I've read that. I love his other books. I love A Year in Provence. And so I keep getting images of like Provence because I brought up like Antibes earlier. So I feel like maybe you guys are going to Provence. Maybe you guys are going to France. because travel keeps coming up. So I don't know why it keeps coming up in this reading, but I keep seeing images from Provence. So maybe you guys will be traveling to France, the south of France, which is such a beautiful area, and I'm so jealous. Yeah, I don't know, but like I keep seeing stuff from that. So maybe you guys will be drinking pastis and laying out under the sun, having some wine, having some cheese, having a croissant. I'm really jealous. I wish I could come. You can pack me in your carry-on or something, or I guess it would have to be checked. But anyway, we also got love, meadow, vulnerability, dream time, creation, mountain, strength, and love had compassion. So I do feel like you're going to be vulnerable with this reunion, but this is a love reunion for you guys. This is like a relief that this person has returned to your life. And I feel like for some of you guys, you do feel like you were owed this apology. So I feel like you're going to feel like, that's right. When you get it, you're going to be like, okay, I needed this, and it is a big relief. But also with Dreamtime Creation, I feel like Spirit wants to, again, kind of tug on you and be like, okay, that art you said you were going to make, I put it in your heart, I put it in your soul. Like, I feel like for some of you guys, Spirit keeps giving you guys ideas. Like Spirit is giving you guys like plot lines to a story that you should write, or images of a painting that you should paint, or I'm hearing like for some of you guys stand-up routine, or like jokes that you could tell in a stand-up routine, or something like that, something creative that will really nourish your soul. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, I keep seeing images of like a city, like something like New York City in the summer. I feel like you guys are going to have a fun urban summer, some of you guys. Not everyone, obviously some people live in rural areas, but when I think of an urban summer, is such a weird phrase that I just made up, but I think of like summer in the city, like the song, but like where, you always have this going on and that going on, and everyone's kind of out and about because it's summer, and like people are drinking like slushy alcohol, and like having picnics in the park, and then you go to like this, and then you meet your friends here, and then like, so I feel like you guys are going to have a busy time in the summer. Like I feel like the summer is going to be really fun for you guys. You guys are going to be in your element this summer. It's going to be like best summer ever type vibes. Maybe like the image on the meadow vulnerability card, you guys maybe, in little fields like this. This is so pretty to me. Like, I just think it's one of the prettiest cards, even though I guess it's not that crazy of a picture, but just, I don't know, the bluebells, I guess that's what they're called. Like, just imagine like laying out in that, how it smells. Probably smells so good. Yeah, so I feel like you guys are going to be having a really good summer. I'm hearing Cruel Summer by Taylor Swift. So for some of you guys, that may be the reunion. I know that song is basically about her kind of finally confessing her feelings to her like lover, because that's the name of the album, how she feels. Like she's finally like Cruel Summer is like she had to hide her feelings all summer and had this kind of hard summer, like keeping it inside and playing it cool, and then she finally pours it all out. And that's such a summertime song, but it's like I feel like that may be the vibe. Like you are finally going to be honest with someone about your feelings. This could be this person you're reconciling with, or it could be someone new. But I just feel like, you know what, for some of you guys, since I said twin flame, it may not be someone you already met. It may be your twin flame that you're reconciling with, or your soulmate. Yeah, because I do feel like for some of you guys, this is someone new. I think, if someone is coming to mind as this ex that you would be happy to be reunited with, this isn't someone you don't want to see, or someone who like was horrible to you that you've sworn off. This would be someone that you're like excited to welcome back in, like can't wait to see. So if you don't have someone like that coming to mind, it may be someone new coming in. It may be a twin flame that you're being reunited with. But I think you guys are going to be super happy to have them back in your life. And with Dreamtime Creation, I just think Spirit really wants you guys to work on that creativity, work on that project that Spirit has put in your heart and soul, because that is so important for you guys. And I feel like you guys are going to be so thrilled with that. It's going to bring you a lot of gratification and happiness to have that project as something you guys work on. I think it's going to really make your heart sing, and there's going to be success with that as well. Also, I feel like you guys are going to be looking really good this summer and this year in general. Some of you guys may be working on your fitness, or maybe you already were looking really good, but I feel like you guys are just going to be feeling yourselves this summer. If you guys have felt insecurities about your body or your appearance, I feel like those are going to start going away, and you guys are going to just be like feeling yourselves, and you're just going to be super excited. I keep getting emphasis on summer, summer, summer. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, that is going to be the highlight of this year. And you guys are going to have almost like a packed social schedule and just really love your kind of lifestyle. Like, I feel like you like your work, you're doing well, you're doing financially well, you're getting abundance, but a lot of you guys are also just plugged into your friendship group, or you like someone you're dating, but it's like packed schedule, but in a good way. Like, you're going here, you're doing this, drinks at 6, and then dinner with this group next, and then, you know, something like that. So yeah, I feel like this is going to be a really positive year for you guys. There's going to be so much busyness, so many things happening, but it's just a really positive time, a positive era for you guys. So I really hope that helped you guys. Make sure to leave a comment if it resonates, and also like if it resonates. And if you want to check out my link to Keen, again, it's an insane offer, 10 minutes for $2. You're not going to find a psychic reading like that anywhere in this world. And definitely use my link in my bio if you guys want to get that deal. But I love Keen, so definitely give them a try, guys. And also make sure to subscribe, turn on those notifications, and I will be back very soon for another reading. Sending you guys so much love and light. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye. Hey, Pile 5. So if you guys picked this blue cake, this is going to be your reading. It looks really good. I have no idea what that fruit is on the top. It looks like, I don't know, maybe a very unripe mango or something. It's kind of a little messed up. But anyway, I love all the detail, all the whipped cream. It really does look like a little cake. I would totally eat this. But anyway, let's get into your reading, guys. So we got the Strength card, Queen of Pentacles, the Fool, the Two of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Sun, the Seven of Wands, Six of Swords, the Emperor, Five of Wands, and the Four of Wands. So what's coming in really strong for you guys is a relationship, a new relationship may be coming in for this pile. I was kind of wondering when my relationship pile would come in, and then you guys started getting the Two of Cups, the Four of Wands, and other cards that we will talk about. So I definitely feel like this may be a relationship coming in for you guys. It may be something that you guys have been wanting for a long time, and I feel like a big part of this coming in is you guys putting something in the past. So if there's a relationship that you guys have been clinging on to, I feel like that it may be time to say goodbye to it. It may be time for you guys to realize that, like, the jig is up. The Five of Wands, you guys may be fighting with this person, or there may be like other tension in your life in other areas, but I definitely feel like with this new relationship, you're going to be leaving some certain things in the past before it comes in, and then you'll have the emotional strength and openness in your life to welcome them in. But I definitely feel like this is a long time coming, and the great thing about this relationship is I feel like it gives you a sense of security and protection. This may be a powerful person that you're going to be in a relationship with who offers you some kind of protection by the fact that they are with you. So maybe they have a lot of money, or maybe they have a certain social status or something, but I feel like in a way you guys have felt very unprotected. I feel like protection is a big deal in this relationship. There's a feeling of safety, like you can trust this person, like they're not going to backstab you. And I feel like that's something that you guys were missing in your past relationships, where you did feel like you couldn't trust the person, like they didn't really have your back at the end of the day. So this is going to be a huge relief for you guys. You guys are going to be really thrilled with this new person coming in. Another thing that's coming in for them is that they're really good in bed. They know what they're doing when it comes to that arena. So I feel like they're going to be very satisfying to you guys, very attractive to a lot of people. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. That's something to get excited about. I also feel like for a lot of you guys in this year, you're going to be developing a new health and fitness regime. So it may be that you guys, I feel like a lot of you guys may be taking up yoga or something where you'll be doing like stretching or something, or also maybe strength training, weight, stuff like that. But I feel like you guys, it's like this year you're willing to put in the work and kind of like do stuff to achieve certain things. So yeah, it's like you don't mind exerting yourself, and some of you guys are going to be on that health and fitness regime, trying to make yourselves even more attractive, and it's definitely going to be working. I definitely feel like a lot of people are going to be paying attention to you guys with the sun. You guys are going to be emanating emanating this really beautiful energy this year. So a lot of people are going to be drawn to you. This is a lot of fresh starts for you guys. With the Fool coming in, we can see that you guys have some kind of new beginnings happening. This is a new, you guys are open to whatever comes through. And I feel like because of that, the universe is going to bless you guys. You guys may be having a lot of money come in, a lot of power coming in, but it's almost like once you leave this stuff in the past, the stuff that's been causing you pain, the stuff that's been hurting you, I feel like there's been things that I'm hearing overthinking. So it's like there's been certain people in your life where you've had to overthink everything. They never made it clear, and you'd have to be like, okay, but they texted me this. It's practically like, you know how in like history documentaries back in the day on History Channel, they would bring in like a team of like archaeologists or I don't know, historians to decipher like hieroglyphics or old writing from like the ancient period, and they would be taking out like a magnifying glass and being like, okay, I think this means this, and I think that means that, and this symbol might have meant this. That's kind of like what you guys have been doing with some of these people in your life. You've had people around you that have been deliberately very unclear in their actions, and you guys have had to spend a lot of your mental effort just trying to figure out what they mean and what they said, and did they mean this, but their actions said that, and blah blah blah. And so I feel like once you guys put an end to that and you guys just, you know, kind of row away from that and just decide that you're over it and you're not going to tolerate it anymore. You guys have the Six of Swords energy with that. Once you guys get into that energy, I feel like you're going to have this clearance in your life, and Spirit is going to fill it with this new beautiful relationship. Then you're going to have an opening space, because I always say like Spirit can't put something new into your life until we clear out the old. It's like you want to buy a new wardrobe of Chanel, but your closet is stuffed with trashy clothes that came from Walmart circa 1996. No offense to anything like that, but I'm just saying, like, wouldn't you rather have Chanel? Even if you don't like the style, you can resell it online or something, you know? So it's like, yeah, like you guys need to clear out that old closet that's full of junk, you know, and welcome in the new stuff that you guys are going to love and be so proud of to be with. And this person is going to be proud to be seen with you. So I feel like you guys are working on a glow up. I'm almost hearing like revenge bot or something, even though I really don't love that phrase. But I feel like, yeah, I don't like that phrase, but that's what comes to mind. So like the concept of like you go through a breakup and you're like, I'm gonna get myself in like my best feeling type of body. So I feel like you guys may be trying to build up your strength, going to the gym, or just changing up your health and fitness routine. Maybe eating healthier. Maybe you'll eat all organic or something, which I highly recommend, because that's such a great thing you can do for your body, for yourself. But anyway, so we got Dragon Sword, protecting the future, Horseman, Herald of Change, Beloved, Radical Acceptance, Closing Door, Completion, Moon Maiden, New Beginnings, oops, and the Wall, Obstacles. So for you guys to have this new beginning, you can see they came out one after the other, right? Like that. I didn't like change up the timing of that. That's how they came out. You need to close the old door on the old toxic energy and this old person who has been kind of, I feel like for some of you guys has stayed in your mind. You've got to like clear them out completely, and that's when we can have this new beginning coming in. I feel like you guys are going to naturally come to a completion point and get some closure on this, and then you're going to have this new beginning come in that's going to really, you're going to be like, how was I ever thinking about that old person? Like, oh my God. And I definitely feel like the great thing about that is you feel super loved and cherished in this relationship, whereas I feel like in the past, for some of you guys, you have been feeling very like a second thought, like, you know, like you guys were not high on the priority list, and this person didn't really put that much effort into you. You weren't fully beloved, and you weren't really respected or taken care of. And now we're moving into, you guys are in a relationship with someone who cherishes you, who really respects you and honors you and really loves you. And so there's just this new change, this new kind of treatment that you guys are getting, and I feel like it's something really beautiful that you guys have been wanting for a long time. And definitely this person really wants to protect you. And we got Dragon Sword, protecting the future. They see you as a prize, and I feel like you guys didn't feel very protected by people in the past, and this person is going to, they see you as so precious, like this precious little jewel, that they would do anything for you. And so it's going to be such a breath of relief from how you guys have been treated like an afterthought by people in the past who really didn't care about you very much. This person is going to just feel so lucky that they're with you, you know, and just see so much beauty in you. And you guys are going to be so overwhelmed with the feelings of love that come from this person. It may eventually even lead to marriage because we did get the Four of Wands. So I feel like this is going to be a very healing connection for you guys. It's going to really bring so much into your life that you guys have been wanting for a really long time. But this is changes coming in. So I feel like, again, you got to let go of the old to welcome in the new. So just be aware of that there are going to be some changes that I can't even talk, at first may seem scary. So of course we also got the Ancient Oak Spirit, Strength, Willow Spirit, Flexibility, Pegasus, Transcending, and Hummingbird Spirit, Joy. So again, with this strength, and Spirit is really emphasizing this. You guys may be hitting the gym. I'm seeing someone going to a gym. And flexibility, I feel like it may be something that involves stretching or working on your flexibility, like yoga or maybe Pilates. But it's like you guys are going to be taking care of your body. That's going to be a major emphasis for you guys this year. And I feel like some of you guys may be getting into the best shape that you've ever been in. You may feel stronger than you ever felt before. It may be something where you're lifting up, you know, grocery bags and you're like, wow, I've just picked these up like it's nothing. And last year I would have been struggling with them. Or you might put a lot of emphasis on the foods you consume, which I think is so major key. I eat all organic. I highly recommend everyone to eat all organic. And if you can get a water filter that takes out fluoride, that's another amazing thing. But cooking with fluoride-free water, that's also major key. But yeah, because yeah, you don't want to be eating glyphosate and stuff. But anyway, so if you guys can start eating all organic, that may be something that is coming in for you guys, or it may be a great choice for you guys. Of course, no judgment, whatever you guys choose to do. And I know everyone has different socioeconomic levels and, you know, but I just think that you guys are going to be putting extra emphasis on your health. So that may be a part of your health journey. And I feel like it would be a really positive thing for you guys to do. And I feel like almost so much of this is about you guys getting your confidence back, because someone kind of robbed you guys of your confidence and made you guys question and doubt yourselves. So there may have been someone that you were in a relationship with that, again, treated you like you were a second thought. I keep getting that. Like, I don't even know if that's a phrase, but like, you know, an afterthought. I guess that's the word, an afterthought. But I keep hearing second thought. So it's almost like they had other thoughts before you. Like they had other people that were first in their life and you were like in way second place, you know? And they would be like, no, you're imagining that. Of course I care. But they really didn't. They didn't treat you like the precious jewel that you are. And I feel like you have someone coming in who will. And I feel like that gives you so much satisfaction. We have joy coming in. So this is a really positive year, I feel. This is a year of happiness. This is a year of fulfillment. This is a year of good things happening, you know? And so I definitely feel like there is just joy coming in. There is happy times. There is like, you guys feel, I feel like this does something to your soul. Like, it's like sometimes when someone just looks at us with so much love in their eyes, I think it really does something to our soul. It really is healing, you know, just to feel that love. And so I feel like this relationship really teaches you guys and gives you guys this kind of sustenance. It's almost like food for the soul. Like, you know, that phrase of that book, Chicken Soup for the Soul. That's kind of how it is. Like, you guys need this little boost. And the way this person really cares about you, just, I feel like it really helps you guys. It's almost like a glow up. This relationship, what it does to you. Like, you might look at yourself in the mirror differently. You might suddenly be like, you know what, I love that little mole I have on my cheek. You know, before I hated it, but of course, if your moles change shape, you want to go into the doctor and check that. Like, knock wood, because they can be bad if they change shape. But I have a lot of moles that are natural and I was born with them. And, you know, so does Cindy Crawford, right? So it's like, whatever you might have, I don't know, I'm just picking mold randomly, but like, it's like you might have a zit and suddenly you look at your zit and you're like, oh my God, it's actually beautiful. Or you might have some body part that, you know, maybe you thought your eyebrows were too thick or something, I don't know, but suddenly you look at it with love in your eyes because of the way this person looks at it, you know? Maybe you have a little, like a little curviness, you know, on your stomach or something. And before you were like, oh, I hate it. And then the way this person, like, you know, touches you, you just realize like, wow, I'm actually pretty beautiful. So I feel like there's something about this that's very healing for you guys. And I also feel like you guys just are working on your health, period, for your own sake. So you feel more confident. So we also got transformation, protection, trust, grieving, inspiration, and manifestation. So there is some energy of grieving this old past relationship, letting go of it, finally releasing it, and moving on from it. But I don't think you guys are going to be overwhelmed with sadness for a super long time. I don't feel like this is going to be grieving that just goes on and on and on, and you know, it's just like a horrible like heartbreak period. But I do feel like there's going to be some pain when you finally kind of admit that some of this old relationship is done. You're done with it. Like it's over, and it's not coming back. You're going to be sad. Like letting go of that, you're going to be sad, because I feel like for a lot of you guys, you thought this person was going to come back, or you hope they would come to their senses, and you hope they would finally give you the love that you deserve and the respect that you deserve. But I think it's just never going to happen with this person. And so it's like you do go through an initial period of feeling like you took an L. And I'm hearing the line that I always hear from Taylor Swift when it comes to that, which is like, I took a knife to a gunfight. They took the crown, but it's all right. So you feel kind of very defeated. You feel very down in the dumps about it. And it's like, that's always when spirit works. It's magic. Like, it's amazing how, you know, I don't know why spirit always has to leave it to the last moment and surprise us, but that's what always seems to happen in my life. Whenever I'm like, I can't take it anymore, that's when the breakthrough happens. So I think that for you guys, there is a little bit of that pain and sadness at first. But when this new person comes in, the great thing is you feel so protected. I feel like this old person really played with your trust, and you guys may have developed trust issues, and they may have even gaslit you to feel like it was your fault, or like, oh my God, you're crazy. Why would you be looking through my text messages? Or why would you think that I'm cheating? Of course I'm not. You're nuts. Something like that. But it's like your intuition was dead on about them. And I feel like with your new person, you're going to be like, oh, that's why I was nervous. Like, it's funny for me because I do psychic work now, and so once you realize how to do psychic work and stuff and turn, you know, maybe you start out as an intuitive person, but then of course we can all learn to grow our skills and our craft. But I also think a lot of us have intuitive feelings towards someone when we first meet, and then we kind of tend to brush it aside. Or in a relationship, we get an intuitive feeling of like, I don't know, but oh, this person seems kind of weird, but then they're super nice to us. And so we're like, okay, yeah, well, I guess I'll hang out with them. And then sooner or later, like, they backstab you. You know, like, I feel like your intuition is always right. And I feel like for some of you guys, you've almost learned through this past relationship to always doubt your intuition, because this person played so many games with you and would get in your head and would lie and would pretend like I didn't do anything. What are you talking about? Like, they just would like deny, lie, deny. And so you guys have had your kind of game, your head played with. Like, they played games with your head. And so you guys stopped trusting yourselves. You guys stopped believing yourselves. And I feel like with this new relationship, you're going to be amazed that you don't have any of those anxieties. This person may have made you feel crazy, like, oh my God, you're paranoid. You're always going to think the worst of everyone because you're paranoid. And it's like, you're going to realize that you were never paranoid. Your intuition was telling you something, and you were exactly right. And with this new relationship that comes in, you're going to have not a doubt in your mind about this person's intentions to you. They're going to make themselves very clear, and they're not going to give you a reason to question or doubt them or doubt yourself. And they also are protecting you. They're very protective of you. That keeps coming through. They see you again as like a precious jewel, and just like you would lock up a precious jewel, and like when you go see I think it's called the Hearst Diamond, and it's in the National Gallery in the USA. Oh my God, in DC. Why did I say in the USA? But anyway, I mean, it is in the USA, but when you go see that, like, there's multiple lasers around that. And I've been to a lot of museums and stuff, but like this one, like, even within that room, there's a security guard nearby, and then there's multiple lasers actually around the Hearst Diamond, like within the case. And if you even touch the glass, like, the alarm will sound, and the, you know, security guards are like looking at you. They're standing close by. So it's even more protection than like a regular thing in any museum. And it's because it's so valuable. It's so precious. It is this precious jewel that can't be replaced. And that's like you guys. So they are going to go that extra mile to protect you guys. They see you as that Hearst Diamond, except not cursed, hopefully. So they are going to go out of their way to protect you and they see you as so precious. So they are going to really try to make sure that you guys are safe at all times. So I feel like this grieving energy naturally falls away. And some of this is stuff you guys have tried to manifest for a long time. You may have put someone on your vision board that you wanted to bring into your life, or tried mantras of like, I deserve love or something like that. I feel like it is going to pay off for you guys, and career is going really well as well. There's not as much messages coming through about that, but we did get Queen of Pentacles energy, and now we also got blossoming abundance, hostilities, happy family, patience, man holding a coin, and magician in the mirror. So the money is coming in this time. The manifestations are paying off with magician in the mirror as well, and man holding a coin, blossoming abundance. So you guys are working on growing your bag. I feel like you guys are doing investments. I feel like you guys have like a 401k, or there is savings happening. There is like you guys getting things lined up financially. So a lot of you guys are going to be paying even more attention to money this year, to growing your abundance. And it's a really possibly very fruitful year for you guys. But I also feel like with this happy family card coming in, if you do want to create a family, this could be someone you create a family with. I definitely feel like they feel that way towards you. I'm not sure, because I feel like, again, at first you guys kind of have your guard up because of the past. And so it's almost like this is the perfect energy for you guys to be in. You're a little bit sad, but I think sometimes that's the best time for me, at least, when I've attracted, the people that meant the most to me. It was weirdly after periods when I was like sad and kind of like, no, I don't want a relationship. And I think it's because you kind of exude like picky energy at that time, and people are like, oh, this person really knows what they want, and they kind of like respect that about you. So I don't know what it is, but I definitely feel like you guys are going to be kind of a little bit picky at first with this person. You may not be fully open to them. You may just be like, no, I'm taking a break from a relationship or something. But this person totally understands it, respects it, and kind of likes that. Maybe they like that you're a bit of a challenge, I feel. Like I'm getting that. Yeah, they're kind of excited by that. They're turned on by that. Again, like I mentioned, this person I feel is pretty sexually alluring to other people. So they may just not be used to people not falling into bed the first opportunity. And so they kind of are like, this is interesting. I'm not used to this. And, they're intrigued. So I definitely think this is a new relationship that could lead to a family. It could lead to a marriage. We got a bunch of cards regarding that. So if that's something you guys would want, I definitely think that might happen. I feel like this person is going to be very patient and loving towards you. And again, I think that's something that you guys haven't experienced as much. A lot of you guys have had tension and fighting in your past relationships. Someone speaking disrespectful words to you and treating you like you weren't that great, or being very full of conflict all the time. And so you're going to be kind of like, what is this? And again, I think you guys aren't trusting as much, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think it's fine sometimes to be a little prickly and a little protective of yourself. And then hopefully someone who really, really wants you and has your best interest at heart is willing to move through those barriers and, take their time and be patient with you because they see you as being worth it. So other cards we got are Three of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Justice, Two of Cups again, the Hierophant, the Hermit, and Five of Wands. So like I was mentioning at first, I feel like you guys may be in a little bit of a hermit mode. Like at first, you're not all about this relationship. You're not wanting necessarily love to come in. You guys at first are a little bit of someone who is, staying in your own lane, focusing on yourself, focusing on your own glow up. And you're not necessarily wanting a relationship or super focused upon that. I feel like some of you guys, you are a little bit, what's the word, like shy. It's almost like you're like, like a scared puppy that's been like hit too many times, and you don't want to have anyone who pet you. And I realize how weird that sounds, no pun intended, but I just feel like you guys are a little bit shy about it because you've been through some pain in the past and you guys have a little bit of your guard up, but this relationship is going to move you out of that. So I do think there is a stretch of this year where you're going to be a little bit by yourself, maybe feeling pretty down in the dumps, but then I do feel like you have this Knight of Wands that wants to come in. So since they are Knight of Wands, that is a very fun, adventurous, sexually alluring card that brings a lot of sexual charisma. So I feel like that may be the reason why you're kind of closed off at first, is you may be like, oh, this person's probably, getting it in all over town. They probably have a million people after them. I'm not going to be another one that just falls for them. I'm not going to be another name on the list or notch in the bedpost or whatever. And so you may just think like, oh, they're probably not serious. They don't want a relationship. They're clearly sleeping with all these people, or they clearly have so many options to sleep with people, and they wouldn't want to settle down, and I'm not into it. And that's not the case. I feel like they feel very differently. You are not the same as some of the other people they've been with, so their reactions to you are going to be different. And yeah, so they may want something like marriage. Like, they may surprise you that they want a very traditional institution. I feel like some of you guys, like you're kind of traditional in some ways, and you may have even felt bad about that in the past. Like, you may have had this person that you're dating, or an ex or someone who made you feel bad about, being in the church or being at a really traditional job. They may have been like, oh, it's lame or something, or like, that's so boring that you do this, that you're a lawyer or an accountant or whatever. Or it's so boring that you want to have a house in the suburbs, something like that. But I feel like this new person, like they love that about you, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm down. They just get you, I feel, a lot better, and they treat you like you're a prize. So I think this new relationship coming in, for some of you guys, it could lead to marriage. I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's up to you what you want to do with this. But I feel like this year, it's a real growth learning year. We got the 3 of Pentacles, which is about learning and education. So for so much of you guys, you're going to be just growing a lot this year. You guys are going to be learning about different things and getting a lot of clarity on it. I feel like there's a lot of self-growth. Again, you guys might be also improving your fitness, your physical strength, maybe your diet regime, and your health, your overall health. So there's just a lot of glowing up. I feel like you guys are transforming this year and realizing that other things are possible. Like, I'm hearing that your old energy is over. So there may have been an energy you guys were stuck with in the past that you just felt like certain things were off limits for you. Like, you felt like, I'm stuck in this toxic relationship. Someone like me could never have a like really hot boyfriend that also wants to be committed to me. And it's like, no, what you think is impossible may be possible. Like, you don't know. The rules may have changed for you guys. I feel like you guys are leveling up in so many ways, and a lot of these surprises are going to take you by surprise. I guess that's kind of redundant, but like, a lot of these blessings are going to take you by surprise. You weren't expecting it to turn out like this. But with the 2 of Cups, this could be a soulmate coming in. This could be someone that you really want to spend the rest of your life with, someone that you're very deeply connected to and feel very emotionally involved with, that gives you a ton of emotional support. I feel like that was missing in some of your past relationships. You had someone who was pretty selfish and was just a taker and would just take and never give. And now you have a giver, and it's an equal giving and taking. Like, you support them in some ways, they support you in some ways. And I feel like, again, this is just very soothing to your soul. You guys may not have realized that you needed this. And I feel like, in a way, some of you guys may have even berated yourself. This person may have made you feel bad about wanting normal things in a relationship. Like, oh my God, why do you expect me to text you? Like, or why do we have to talk to each other on the phone once a week? Or why do we have to go on a date? And you're like, well, that's what all my friends are doing. And it's like, they made you feel bad about the basics. Like, oh, why do I have to give you a gift on Valentine's Day? It's so stupid. Valentine's Day is a corporate holiday that blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I think it's funny how everyone talks about that on Valentine's Day. I'm like, they're like, just let us have the holiday. Like, oh my God, just let us have the holiday, please. I hate when people do that to any holiday, because I love holidays, so I like any kind of holiday. I don't care why it's going on. I just want to celebrate and like throw confetti in the air and buy myself a box of chocolates, and I don't care, so I don't need to hear negativity. But anyway, that's how I feel. You guys may have your own opinions, but I do think this person like made you feel bad about just wanting the basics in a relationship. And this new relationship that's coming in, this person not only is like understanding of you having an interest in it, but they're on the same tip. They like the same ish. They're like thrilled too to celebrate it. They're like, it means more to them than it does to you. Like they're going to be like, babe, I planned out this huge Valentine's weekend. Okay, so first we're going to go to this I booked us a cabin in the woods. It's in this beautiful ski resort valley. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like a snowy log cabin in the mountains, okay? And then we're gonna sit in front of the log fire on a fur rug or whatever. And I got the chocolate and the champagne. Like this person is going to be all about the same stuff you're about. And you guys are gonna be like, oh my God, this is what it's like to be understood and recognized in a relationship. This is what it's like to have fun in a relationship. This is what it's like to enjoy myself. So I definitely feel like for you guys, this is a new happy relationship blessing coming in. So other cards we got are love, change, potential, security, and these fell protection, illumination, and relaxation. So love came out first. So again, just another emphasis that this is a big banner year for love for you guys. And I feel like this person gives you such a sense of security and protection. They also might have a good amount of money. We also got man holding a coin. And with security, I feel like they give you a sense of financial security as well as like physical security and protection. But I feel like, yeah, there's a financial aspect here. Maybe your ex like never wanted to pay for anything or was really stingy with money or something. And this new person that comes in is more than happy to like, you know, shell out and take you on nice dates or whatever it may be. Yeah, depending on what you guys want in a relationship. I know some masculines don't like that in a relationship, which is totally cool. But I feel like there's going to be something about the finances that you guys like about this situation. And take what resonates and leave the rest, of course. But I feel like this relationship has a lot of potential. Like if you guys wanted to make it into a long-term thing that obviously is like marriage, kids, I feel like you could. I feel like the ball's in your court. So this is really up to you guys. What I think is great about this relationship is it's almost like you guys can finally relax. You guys have been super high strung. You guys have been feeling very confused in the past. And it's almost like you had to spend so much mental energy ruminating on these past relationships and trying to figure out like, what did they mean by this? But then they said that, but I don't know about this. And then, you know, like, and in the future with this, you guys are going to just be able to like, take a breath, relax, not worry. It's not going to be this craziness that you experienced previously. So I definitely feel like this is a new relationship that brings you guys a lot of peace, relaxation, just feeling contented, you know what I mean? And I feel like for this whole year, there's just going to be a lot of growth, and you guys are also going to be doing a lot of thinking about your relationship patterns, maybe realizing that certain things you did tolerate, and that was, I guess, your part to play in it, you know, is that like, why did I tolerate that behavior? Why did I accept that? Why didn't I think that I deserved a beautiful relationship where someone treated me like a queen or like a king or whatever? Why did I think that I deserved less? Why did I think that I don't deserve love? Don't deserve to be cherished? Why, when someone approached me with janked up energy, did I say, yeah, I'm down? Why didn't I say like, excuse me, you must be joking? And so I feel like there's a lot of mental growth, a mental clarity that comes in about yourself, your patterns, and a lot of working on yourself to fix these areas. So you may be, again, leveling up in the gym, but it also may be like you're leveling up and reading books about therapy and reading books about self-improvement and about manifestation or about like childhood patterns or something, and doing a lot of work to just like level yourself up all the way so that you guys are in a really positive growth stage this year. I feel like you guys are learning a lot. I also feel like your career, again, is going really well for a lot of you guys. I feel like you're more involved in like a traditional field is what I'm getting, like more something like, you know, where you get a 9-to-5 job kind of is the vibe I'm getting in this pile. But of course it's a general reading, so it might not be the case for everyone, but I'm getting that like 9-to-5 job vibe. And I feel like that's just going really well. You guys enjoy it. You you like it. It fulfills you. You guys are happy there, and things are like trucking along, and you guys have some disposable income. The 401k is building up, and things are moving in the right direction. So I really love this energy for you guys. I feel like it's been a long time coming. You guys have been working towards it, and you're going to see a lot of these blessings that you guys have hoped for but maybe didn't think was an option. I'm seeing Hallmark movies. Maybe some of you guys like Hallmark films, but I feel like some of this is like a plot from a Hallmark movie, like, you know, Jaded, the jaded lawyer who falls in love with a small town bakery store owner. Except I feel like this person does have some money, so it would be more like that falls in love with like the owner of a chain of bakeries or something. I don't know. But it does seem like a positive Hallmark movie type vibe, like happy, fulfillment, joy, and blessings. So I love that for you guys. I feel like this is going to be a really positive banner year for my pile fives. So I really hope that helps you guys. Oh my God, I forgot to mention, you guys got justice. So with the justice card, you know, that does talk about karma and stuff. So this may be karma for people happening in your past. I'm also feeling like some of you guys may work in the legal or law fields. But I feel like, yeah, some of you guys have been treated unjustly by people in the past, and they're going to get karma. It could be this kind of toxic ex energy that I'm picking up on, or the people that like underestimated you might even be family or someone, but I feel like you guys are going to see them get some karma, and you guys get some karma in the opposite direction. You guys have some blessings come in that they'll have to see and they'll have to witness. So for some of you guys, you got treated so badly for so long, but you generated a lot of positive karma for yourself in the opposite direction. So you guys are going to end up, you know, having these blessings come in that people are surprised by, people are shocked by, people weren't expecting, because you guys withstood this kind of bad treatment in the past. So yeah, I think that's all I have. Is there anything else, Spirit, for pile 5? I think that's it. So you guys, make sure to comment if it resonated with you guys. Make sure to like, and also definitely check out my Keen link. That deal for 10-minute readings for $1.99. You're not going to find that anywhere in this world. And I love Keen. They are such an incredible company. Definitely the most respected in the industry, I would say. So snatch up that deal while it's there. Link is in my bio. So I definitely hope you guys will use that. And make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will be back very soon for another reading. Sending you guys so much love and light. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye.